Isn't it funny the way that thing says you're going live, going live, going live? Then there's no countdown, there's no nothing. So hopefully all is well. You can all hear me. Hard to get feedback on that, so whether you can actually hear it or not. But anyway, it's live Q&A time. I sent out a tweet a few minutes ago. Sent out a few other messages over time. Hi, Cormac. Some of the usual guys have turned up, I see, which is really good. We've absolutely. I asked a couple of days ago for questions. Oh my God, the amount of questions you lads actually ask is absolutely crazy. David T. Bob Flavin, you are as fine as hell. Send nudes. Every time I see that all over, man, you really, really don't want to see me in a nude. Honestly, you don't. Just forget it. Okay. But I'm sure you're fine, though, Dave. Well done on being persistent, if nothing else. So let's. Dave is eager to get these nudes. He sure is. No nude. No, 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 no. I'm in my kitchen. I don't think I'm going to go nude right now. Hi, Aaron. Everybody's joining. My God, there's so many people that are going live. These things are kind of scary because it is live, of course. It's a bit like I've done live radio loads of times. And I've done this live thing once before, but it's kind of scary doing a live thing straight off the mark because you are the host. It is all down on me. I have to keep you all occupied and keep everything going. There's already like 24 people here, so that's pretty good. JP Devil says, can't stop watching your S6 video. It'd be great to see a video of the S8. I'd love that as well, but it's very hard to get cars out of Audi. They're Audi Ireland aren't very good at doing the S stuff. Hi, Perth in Australia. Well done on joining us. My God, really, Perth. What time is it in Perth? 12 hours away. It's 3 o'clock in the morning or something there, is it? No? I'd love to, JP, just buy one. I'd love to have the budget to talk here, but I have zero budget. Hi, Mark. Thanks for watching the video. You're very, very good. Send some sunshine down to Limerick. Yeah, the sun is shining here, but it's been raining all day. I was swimming earlier on with the kids. We went off swimming into the local pool here. It's brilliant. Thanks, Carrie. Really enjoyed the videos. You're very good for dropping in and watching this one. You might notice yesterday I put up a video before the Carol Nash motorbike show. I put up a video of the Audi Q2 in Dublin, and I showed you some rusty brake things, right? Someone else was looking for nudes as well. I'm not doing nudes. I'm not doing nudes. Audi or BMW's choice. BMW, please. If I only had one choice. I do still have my Leon, yes. I have an 06 1.6 Seat Leon, which is the model just after your model, JP. So just the next one up from that. It's 11 o'clock in Perth if anyone's interested. 11 p.m. 11 p.m. So it's 3 o'clock here. So that's a nice time to go live then, obviously, because some Americans have joined us as well. But the rusty stuff, I believe, is salt on the roads. This is the not the official version, but that's what I've heard a few times, is the salt here. It may also be, I'll answer that in a second, Rob. It may also be a mix of the car coming through the UK where they use a lot more salt on the road and the car was standing still for some time and it builds up around the brakes. It's just a little bit worrying to see it on the 162, which is the latter half of last year's car, so it should be brand new, spankly, sort of nice things. And shouldn't have any sort of rust on it. It'd be kind of a worry. It'd be something I'd go back to the dealership with for sure, because like the brake calipers and these are all, it's only surface rust, but it just looks horrible on a brand new car with lovely shiny alloys. I was just asked a second ago, rusted, hang on one second, Zeus says, rusted out to poor quality of the finish. I had the same on 2 BMWs and they claim it's per spec. I don't know. It's very hard to say which way it is. I don't really see it often on other press cars, so meh. Will you ever do another driving, no talking video? Uncle Ryan. Oh yeah, I did an hour of driving down to the north. Yeah, sure, I will. I'll record some more and I'll go over as far as work, and it'd be like 40 minutes with no talking, just looking out through the front window. A question there for a second, I think it was from Rob. Sorry if I missed that question, Rob. How did I get into reviewing cars? Very first thing you do is, car companies want to give you cars, and they want to give you stuff if you have an audience, right? So if the audience is watching your videos already, they want the audience to see the cars. Now, I review cars. I'd be one of the very few people in the country who actually tell you what I think of a car. A lot of people will go, this is a car, here's 1.6, it's 200 brake horsepower, it's this, it's that, and the other, but no actual opinion at the end of it. I actually give an opinion. And that's the difference between a motoring journalist or motor reviewer and someone who's just kind of getting a message out. So for me, I started doing second-hand cars. I went to a dealership here in the town and I asked him for a loan of cars, and he gave me a loan of cars, and I started reviewing them in text. I made a website and started reviewing them. And then I decided I was going to do some videos online, and I did the videos, and then I got I think Renault was the first press car, if I remember correctly. I think Renault was the first one to give me cars, and then Alfa gave me cars, and then there was a few other Fiat, and they all started to fall into place after a while. But it took a while to build it up, and I had to do it all on my own. I was told when I started that I would absolutely fail, that there was a monopoly on things here in Ireland. There was no way I was going to review cars, and there was no way I could do this, that I could keep this up and being resilient. I'd be gone in 6 months. I ended up working for I&M, International News and Media, which is the Indo here in Ireland, but internationally as well. I've worked internationally since then as well. So it's, it's possible if you really want to try. It is very, very hard work. There is an awful lot of people doing it here in Ireland. There's an awful lot of people doing it in the UK for sure. And it's very hard to get into a publication that's already there. And starting a brand new YouTube channel is quite hard. So if you really want to try it, start with second-hand cars. Will I be reviewing the Quadrifoglio? Yes, I probably will be if it comes here to Ireland. I know I will be reviewing the new Alfa Giulia will be on soon, but it's the diesel one. I think it's the 2.2. It's on at the moment. I think it's on in the next couple of weeks. And I am reviewing the new Fiat 124. Is it 124? Whatever it is, the little spider one. I'm reviewing that on Monday. So if you want me to keep up these daily videos, I'll have to keep it up on a Fiat next week. So that should be interesting. I missed a pile of questions that flew up on the screen, so go back and ask them again. My first car, I seen that one pop on the screen. My very first car ever was a Datsun Nissan Cherry. It was bright yellow, and it had a hole in the exhaust, so like a rally car. It was out on the road. Pure canary. If you think that was yellow, the Q2 outside the door, that had nothing compared to this. A4 All Road would be great review. Yes, I love All Roads. Actually, they're very nice cars. Great to get an Irish perspective of cars. Love to have fun and humour added in a bonus. It's always great to watch the videos. Thanks very much. That's Cabman, I think. I have a coffee, by the way. If anybody wants to join me and make a coffee, now would be an opportune time. I don't show ads. I do monetize the videos. It's hardly worth it, to be honest with you. But it's very hard to get shares and things at the moment. So if you can share this, please stick it up online. So is your day job a journal? Kind of. I'm a digital manager for a radio station at the moment, which is Midlands 103. It's Ireland's biggest radio station outside of the national, guys. So it's a local radio station, but it covers quite a bit of ground. It's Lee, Shoffley and Westmeath. And I manage what they do. So if it's not on air, it's kind of my thing. So I do the Facebook page and the YouTube channel, and I make the videos, and I talk to the guests and the guys that turn up there, like Jack L and the four of us and all those guys. I manage all those guys and put them into videos and record their audio and stuff. And part of that is being a motoring journalist. So I actually run the motor section of the Midlands 103 account. So I still actually do a lot of journalism stuff. And when I was working in Indo, yes, I was a motoring journalist and journalist in general. So sort of a general, all-around, write whatever had to be written journalist. But no, I suppose my day job is not actually journalist as in news journalist or any of that sort of stuff. So no, but I do analyse the news. I do look at the truth of the news, and I do wonder about some of the stuff that's out there right now, and a bit of, you have to kind of stand back and look at what's been said online and what people are making up and what's true and what's false, and there's a fine balance at the moment. There's a mental health issue people have as well around this kind of thing, of this pressure of feeling that the world is going wrong, the world is ending, something's happening. It's not. It'll probably never end. 99.9% of the population of the world are very nice. And will never see you any harm. And there's a very tiny little proportion out there who are actually nasty people. Still waiting for a full review of the V40. V40, full review. It's, boring, but nice. Volvo are the one company who would rather you didn't drive. They'd rather just stop driving and let them take over and do their driving, but just can't legally get that done right now. Volvo are absolutely beautiful things to look at. They make a beautiful looking car. The interior is a very beautiful place to be. But realistically, the driving has never really lived up to that beauty in a Volvo. It's never properly been part of what Volvo do. So they do really, really good, comfortable things, but I don't know. Plus, yeah, of course, Adam Longs has been around for ages, so I wouldn't really be reviewing it now. I tend to review new cars, although I do have a very special review coming up again. If you remember, there's a video on my channel of a Skoda Octavia, 2002 Skoda Octavia, and I called Skoda the bravest people in the world for putting it on the press fleet. That's my daughter just went into the door about to start shouting at me. They put it on the press fleet and they wanted us to review it. And I reviewed it in a video, did a proper video of the whole thing. It never missed a beat. And that one is coming back on the press fleet again. And Skoda have possibly a hook up again with Skoda to try and do another video of it. Now that's 2002 and see if it still stands up to me reviewing it properly. Any other questions that we can get out of the way? My God, how many people have to join this live feed? And this will keep going after as well. It's great to have you all in. I really love it. Make sure you share this out with people as well. Buying a diesel over the next few years. Yeah, diesel. This is a big question that's come up recently about diesel versus petrol and diesel depreciating and all sorts of stuff. Don't worry about it. So there's a balance point. If you have a petrol and you drive up to a little less than 30,000 miles per year, a petrol is where you need to be. If you drive further than that, if you drive 40, 50,000 miles a year, you need to be in diesel because it's the only thing that's going to pay you back. Petrols are starting to balance up. So I had a Prius recently that did nearly 70 miles to the gallon. You can't sniff at that, and it really did. I really did concentrate very hard on trying to get that miles per gallon up, and the Prius did it. So hybrids are getting there. Electric is, starting to get there. God love us Ireland, but we'll get there eventually. Electric's starting to get there a little bit. But we need to kind of get away. Diesel is a pollutant and it puts out a stuff that gives you lung cancer. It's as simple as that, right? It just does. But because 99% of the cars in Ireland are diesel, this is the problem. And Euro 6 is the limit. Euro 7 probably will never exist. It's very hard for any car companies to make that environmental change again. So I don't know the longevity of diesels anymore. I think we're all going to go hybrids, we're all going to go electric. Tesla's going to come in more often. Tesla's going to have to compete very soon with some more electric car manufacturers who started taking it a little bit more seriously this year and last year, like Volkswagen, the e-Golf. That was very good. I quite like that. Just need to get longer on the batteries and I think we'll be there on electric. I would say there's about 10 years left of you being able to drive your own car on the roads without special licenses. Just saying, won't be long before they're all gone. Have I had it go on a Kia Niro yet? Yes, liked Kia Niro. Very, very good. Didn't feel like a Kia at all. Really nice. Felt like that Audi Q2 outside. Really, really good. Short-term trends for manufacturers are virtual cockpit, extra connectivity, bold colours like I have this brilliant. Thanks, Mark. Really good question. I have this a brilliant idea that cars have reached their limit of driver ability. For us to be able to say this points into a corner, turn in, turn out, all that, they've reached their limit of that. So right now they have to concentrate on the cockpit, the things that happen in the cockpit, all the stuff that goes on, the virtual cockpits, the digital enhancements, the stereo, the radios, the sat navs. They have to concentrate on all that to distract you with the toys because the driving is not going to get any better for them. And for some of the cars, like we'll take Audi or BMW or Mercedes, where it's the top end of it, their driving could get ever so marginally different, not necessarily better, just different. Whereas at the bottom end of it, they could get better, but they probably won't because the investment level to make the car drive any better is going to be enormous for them to start at. So they don't tend to make them any better. They just try and get some more. Stephanie says, beautiful man. Thanks very much, Stephanie. Very good. That's interesting. I get a lot of it. Horses Nero isn't available in Greece together. I see Greece is in trouble at the moment, sure, yes. My God, all the questions are flying up the green. Electric cars aren't practical. Yes, that's correct. Electric cars are not practical. Adam, you're dead right. They're getting there. They will be there. Just have patience. They're getting there. Finally, my housemate into a Bob review the Tucson. Yeah, Tucson. I made a video in Tullamore driving around in someone's housing estate. I don't know why I picked a housing estate, but it was there on the side of the road. It looked like a nice little housing estate, so I pulled over. By the way, all the videos you see on this, they are JP. Expensive tires are worth it. The technology involved in making a tire, and it's the only contact we got with the road. I know it breaks my heart when I spend €400 on putting tires inside the car, but it's the only contact my wife has when she's driving that car with the kids in the car with the road. And if I put cheap Chinese plastic molded bloody tires on it and they're the thing that she can't break or she loses grip in a corner because of it, I would never forgive myself. So I spend money and put Continentals or I put Bridgestones on it or whatever it is that I like at the time. I try and get the best offer I can. Like I don't spend a fortune on tires, but at the same time you gotta be there. Check those tires. Yes, there's another one as well. Adam, if a nail goes through those cheap tyres, you'll find out very quickly the difference between the two as the way they pay attention. And Ken McNaughton makes a good point there. If you're on a motorbike and you put cheap tyres on, instant death. You really will. The tiny little patch that makes the difference between you staying on and falling off isn't much. Haven't seen this in Amiga Ireland event. Love the podcast. Oh, thanks very much, Amiga Ireland. I was down to Amiga show, which was in Athlone. If you've never heard of Amiga, you're probably too young. Amiga was a computer system that I absolutely adored when I was a kid and growing up through teenagers. And I'd still love to have one now, but they're getting very expensive these days. They're collector's items. What do I drive is a Seat Leon 2006, my own car. 1.6. It's a lovely 17-inch tyres on it. Budget tyres, yes. A budget tyre will pass an NCT, and a budget tyre will keep you on the road 75% of the time during the summer when it's nice and dry and on. But when that moment comes and you absolutely require tons of grip and you're hitting the brakes and you're turning into a corner and there's a guy on the wrong side of the road and it's all going wrong, you want all of the stuff in the car to work at 100%. That's where if you have scrimped and you have a €100 tyre sitting on your corner out there, then there's nothing to do about it. Do you think it should be legal to sell second-hand tyres? No, I think there's only a market for it because new tyres are so expensive. They're just on the far end of the scale. And they have to be to some degree. It's markup and margins and all this sort of stuff. But tyres are very expensive on one end of the scale. And on the other end of the scale, a second-hand tyre is dirt cheap. Remolds have been going for years. And, I don't know about illegal. I don't know who's going to enforce that. I'm always worried about putting laws in place when there's nobody there to enforce them. So that's a problem. I think a Lexus and Infiniti. I haven't driven a lot of Infinitis. Lexus are really good cars. They try and compete in the BMW end of stuff. I'm not sure whether they can or not. Japanese cars tend to be copies. They tend to make lots of straight lines and angles and weird things in them. And it doesn't really... thanks, Titus the boss. Titus the boss. Just like to subscribe. Everybody else should as well. Yeah. Hello from Romania. I like your car reviews. Good luck. Thanks. Can't pronounce your name. Thanks very much though. What do you think of the new BMW 5 Series? I haven't driven it yet. I had a little poke around inside of one at a dealer launch thing, but I haven't driven it yet. It is on the schedule to come soon. It better be absolutely brilliant or I'm going to tear it a new arsehole. Simple as that. Because they've had all the chances in the world to make the best car that they could possibly do. So the 5 Series isn't absolutely phenomenal in every possible way and respect. I'm going to be very hard on it. Tucson, 1.7 diesel or 2 litre. I always have a habit of driving the bigger or the better engine would be the bigger one. I tend to think that way because they tend to put up with a lot more punishment, a lot more stuff. Do you get cars later in the UK? I missed that. I flew up the screen so quick I didn't get a chance. There's so many of you asking questions now. Salute, I can't pronounce that, but thanks very much. I assume that's a hello. Tesla. Tesla. I just give an opinion of Elon Musk for a second, right? Elon Musk is an amazing person at getting press coverage, and he's a bit like our own Ryanair. Okay, he's very good. When Ryanair said I'm going to charge 30 pence for toilets on board to use a toilet on board the plane, the whole world put him in a newspaper. So they're very clever at doing that, and that's where Tesla is as well. Elon Musk is very good at doing that, and so he makes very beautiful, very expensive electric cars that work. What's my favourite company? I don't really have a favourite company. None. But the problem for Tesla is that supply and demand. So if you supply a Tesla to some guy that lives in Sligo or further up in Donegal or something, you're going to have to support him. You're going to have to support the guy. He can't go down to his local dealership and just drive in with a Tesla and plug it in, fix that, whatever's wrong with it. And so Tesla needs support, and that's where dealers come into it. You have to have a dealer in the area or someone in the area who can fix the car. You can't just expect a guy to drive up to Sligo, pick up the car and drive it away on a trailer. It just won't work. So Tesla is brilliant. Their cars are gorgeous, don't get me wrong. When the new Model 3 arrives, and there's some other models that are coming as well that's going to make it very affordable for ordinary people to buy, we're going to be put on the map. But the more people driving electric cars, the more you're going to see the flaws in and the problems in the network, and that's going to be the big, big problem. Fixing, no, I don't know what that means. I think your PSA talking over. What do you think of PSA taking over Opel and Vauxhall? I think that's a very dangerous move. PSA certainly are now involved in buying Opel, Vauxhall brand out from under everybody and didn't announce it to everybody. So if you weren't keeping up with this, so a little background information first. Opel and Vauxhall. Vauxhall is the UK version. Opel used to be called Holden or something out in Australia as well. So Opel is the main parent company, and at the moment Peugeot Citroën Group are about to buy Opel up, and that would give them GM. It would give them access to a lot of stuff and a lot of technology and a lot of information that wasn't there available to them before. So it's very good for that company. It's not so good in a monopoly sense of things, in that they're a very, very big group. And we're back in, again, very little less independence out there, less of things that are happening. I'm never really happy with that. But it'd be great to see new tech come out of Citroën, maybe more reliability, maybe less electronic problems. Bonjour. Bonjour, Stephanie. Bonjour, Stephanie. That's French, in case anyone doesn't know. I speak French. No, I don't speak French. Don't ask me any more questions in French. I speak little words enough. I say enough French and enough Spanish, enough to be able to ask for a coffee and things like that. What do I think of American cars? I think American cars are very good. I don't have a problem with American cars in particular. I don't drive all that many of them because most of them are just in America and they'd have to go to America to drive them. But if anybody wants me to go over to America and is willing to pay for me to go over to America to drive some cars, I'd certainly come along to America and drive some cars, no problem. American cars tend to be bigger and sloppier and have softer suspension. That's really it. Bob, there's Opel in Ireland, Vauxhall is only UK. That's correct, yeah. Vauxhall is only a UK brand. Opel bought Vauxhall years and years and years ago. Opel was called all sorts of things all over the world. While Mercedes not allowed their dealers to sell cars for export to Ireland, too cheap compared to Ireland. I don't know, James, haven't a clue. Unlimited budget, Bob. Which car for you? Aston Martin DB11, just because of the way it looks. It's just an amazing looking car. I don't know what, driving wise, doesn't really matter, does it? How is Brexit going to affect the British car industry? I'll tell you how it's going to affect the Irish car industry. It's going to put a torpedo on the side of it that's just going to blow up. Anything importing or exporting from the UK will be a massive problem when it comes to this Brexit, which is Britain's exit from the EU. It's going to be a big, big problem. We do 100% of our cars, more or less, come through the UK. There's very, very little that comes in apart from the Korean lads who bring in shipfuls of stuff from Korea directly. But you think of all the Nissans that are made there in England, in the UK, Fords made in the UK. There's a ton of cars that are made in the UK that are exported to here. We just treat them as if they're our own brands, but they're not. They're not. They have to come in, taxes have to be paid. So if they change the tax regime because they're not in the EU anymore, it does definitely affect us. But God, there's Arabic writing going up the screen. It's amazing. I don't know what's going on anymore. Audi or BMW? I'm not a question mark. So Audi or BMW? Why would I pick an Audi or a BMW? So Audi, at the top end of those, Audi and BMW, they are equal. Okay, so if you get a Quattro Audi S6 and you get an M5, put them beside each other, brilliant. Absolutely crack. I'll come back to that one, Jarlath, in a second. They're absolutely cracking things. But at the bottom end of the scale, so if you pick a very basic 520i versus an Audi A6 2-litre diesel, the BMW kills it because it's rear-wheel drive. The BMW wins every time. Don't buy either of them in manual. Audi make the best manual gearbox, but the manual gearbox in BMW is crap. In a 5 Series, always buy automatic. Is the VRT tax system fair in Ireland? Absolutely not. It is the greatest rip-off this world has ever seen, but we are stuck with it. And the SIMI would hang me out to dry if I was to start going on about it too long. But I can tell you this, that the VRT is under scrutiny again and should always remain under scrutiny because it's a ridiculous tax, vehicle registration tax. To get a license plate in Ireland, you have to pay a VRT, which is a tax on the car. You're not supposed to tax exports from any other EU country to any other EU country, except for cars, which the amazing Bertie Ahern brought in here many, many years ago. My God, there's so many people out there watching this. I'm going 24 minutes now. 24 minutes? This is good. It's not a record, but it's good. This is only the second time I've done this. New Mazda 3, well done. New Mazda 3 is a very, very good car. Is it 24%? Well, we pay VAT as well. So just said 24% VAT is in Greece. We pay VRT and VAT. So we pay 2 taxes when you're buying a car. And the same on petrol. So we pay a duty on petrol and we pay VAT. Insurance, we pay VAT. We pay, it's all sorts of taxes and things. BMW X1 or Audi Q2. I'd go for Audi Q2. X1 is just a weird looking thing. Oh, well, it's a little bit weird looking. I'm not too sure. I don't like the lower end of BMW is not great. BMW from about 3 series is nice. That's where it starts and begins, really. What phone do you have? An iPhone 6. You mean on this that I'm using now? Right? I know it's an iPhone 6. It's on a little tripod-y thing. It's a Joby tripod thing. It's just up there in front of me. What are your thoughts on new Range Rover Velar? Looks like a cheap Range Rover Vogue. Very pretty, don't get me wrong. It just looks like a Range Rover Vogue, but they're just building it to a price. That's the only difference I can see. I don't really see a whole lot more than that. You'll find that I talk very, very straight about cars. I'm sorry if any of the car companies are watching this, but I do tend to talk very straight. Can I just mention another thing? Top Gear is actually back this Sunday night and nobody seems to care. Probably because Chris Harris, I know Chris, I've met Chris a good few times and we've been on trips a few times before. I don't know him, like he's not a mate around, but I know him pretty well. I don't know the rest of them, but there's Andrew Bychester. Andrew, I think you do car reviews in the UK, do you? No, I've seen your name before, yeah, for sure. The new Top Gear is back, nobody cares. People don't seem to be interested in it. I see car companies retweeting information about it going, woohoo, the Top Gear's back and I can't wait to see our Porsches there. That's brilliant. But those car companies should be terrified to be featured on Top Gear, not that they should be happy to be there. So some sort of a disconnect has happened there with the BBC, whether there's free cars heading that way or something, I don't know. You see, look, people are saying they're completely unaware. I happened to come across on Facebook and I was watching something on BBC earlier on and they put up an ad for it. So I don't know. It's not going to be the same with the lads. I've watched the Grand Tour. I really like some of the stuff in the Grand Tour, but it seems to be children. They just seem to be gone crazy. Hi, Louise in Dublin. I'll be in Dublin tomorrow, actually, Louise. The new Grand Tour thing that the 3 lads are doing is very good, but it's a little bit indulgent and a bit stupid in place. Well, it's like a little bit like they ran out of ideas. Why watch Top Gear when we have Bob in the next gear? Yeah, you see, but I don't have the budget. That's the only problem. If the BBC gave me the budget to make Top Gear, it'd be a very different show. Never get into Grand Tour. No, I didn't either. I kind of watched the first few episodes and then went, I'm not going to pay a bloody subscription to watch this stuff. It's appealing for 15-year-olds. It's like they got a huge budget and just fired it at it and just went, let's just spend it on helicopters and things, which is a bit of fun. Louise says BMW are heaps of dirt. Well, Louise, that's a fair opinion. If that's your opinion, that's okay. I don't agree, but it depends. If you're an owner, you may have had a really bad experience with one. New Alfa Romeo will be on fleet in a few weeks' time. I'm going to be reviewing that. Car of the year. My car of the year so far, because it's been the biggest surprise for me out of nowhere, was the Toyota CHR. Is that what it's called, CHR? Somebody will correct me whether CHX or CHR. Thanks, you're beautiful. That was a real surprise to me, and so far it would be something I would think of as car of the year for sure, without a doubt. Don't get the fuss about the Insignia, numb to drive. You're right, JP. Yeah, it's pretty numb to drive. I don't know. Insignia never really done it for me, or not many Opels have. The new Astra is quite nice. I do quite like this. What's the app for this live? If you want to see it, if you want to make your own live videos, just download the YouTube app and just click go live. That's it. And type in the thing and it just goes out and goes live. Good God, look how many people are watching now. This is better than television. Do you know how much this is like interactive TV? Do I like Scania? That's a truck. I did like Scania, but I know nothing at all about trucks. It's a truck. I drive trucks, but I don't have a license for it over here. How are you feeling today? Just a nice comment. Thanks, Rosie. I am feeling really good so far. I was out swimming this morning with the kids and I went for a run earlier on this morning as well. So yeah, I feel brilliant. I don't really feel pressure like that. It's okay. I'm used to being on camera. It's just the live thing is, when you're uneditable, when you can't just stop, boom, it's gone. The best car I've ever driven. That's okay. You don't have to speak English to be here. I'll go to PCP in a second. The best car I've ever driven. That's an impossible thing. There's so many cars out there. I don't play golf, no. What would be the best car? I was in Cannonball a couple of years ago and I drove an Aston Martin DB9 and that was the best crack I had on 4 wheels ever in my entire life because you could do what you liked. But BMW, what I would buy, BMW 6 Series Grand Coupe at the moment, if I won the Euro Millions title or the Lotto or something, I'd go out and buy that and be probably happy with that because it just does everything. I also like the Audi A6 bi-turbo, which is a very, very nice car, just because it sounds like a V8. And I love the Mustang. the new Ford Mustang. I know it failed every crash thing, but you know what? Don't crash is the answer to that. You know, live life on the edge. Half the supercars in the world aren't even tested by NCAP because they can't afford them. So don't worry about it. Cavan Rail says he met me on that day at Cannonball. Yeah, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, so I remember some hotel somewhere they were booting around in cars and having lunch, and you turned up to that as well. It was a huge amount of cars. It was great crack. I'd love to do Cannonball again, but it's really expensive. Are you allowed to drive in the UK registered car in Ireland? Yes, you are allowed temporarily to drive a UK car in Ireland, but you must get it if you live here. If you're bringing the car in here, you must get it registered almost straight away, as far as I know, for tax purposes, so they can just extract some more money from your pocket as much as you possibly can, and the protectionism continues in Ireland as always. Best new car under 40k. I don't know what country you're in, so if you ask me, prices is a bit of a problem. You could be in any country, so like 40k what? Euro in Ireland or Euro somewhere else in Europe. Best new car under 40k. Again, look at some of the Toyota stuff. The CHX is really, or CHR, whatever it is really good. In Ireland, yeah, there you go. If you want space, Skoda Octavia. Although the new Skoda Octavia is really weird looking. What the hell have they done to the front headlights? It looks so strange. I've seen it in the ads the other day. Please don't spam or type in caps. Warning. Moderator. We have a moderator? There's a moderator. Who's the moderator? That is me. So don't spam or type in caps. So now, there you go. Whoever the moderator is warning you. Did you fart in public? Everybody farts all day long. You're fucking crazy. Of course they do. But what about the VTS? What's a VTS, Nicholas? Just put more words there. Tell me what a VTS is. But there's so many different cars that are coming out this year. There's a volunteer moderator. That's amazing. I have a volunteer moderator. Well, I like you. Well done. Good lad. Don't type in caps. Look, don't type in caps. That's really good. Thanks for the moderation, whoever it is. I want an MB Mercedes-Benz E-Class Coupe. I hope I want Coupe, really good car. Look, I have a video on that. Check out my channel there. You see a video of that. Best small car for under 25 grand. I tell you what, the small cars at the moment are amazing. Amazing choice. Kia Picanto, really nice, really tight looking car. Hyundai i10, same car, a little bit more expensive maybe. New Ford Fiesta. There's so much choice out there. Really is. Get your ass in among those seats and try to figure out which one that you like the most, because they all drive pretty equally. I personally would probably pick a Volkswagen Up or a Skoda Citigo, one of those two. I quite like this Citigo, really nice looking car, and there's 3 of those. What's your thoughts on the updated Sportage? New Sportage is a little bit nicer than a Tucson, even though they're the same car. I just kind of like the look of it now, but I'm still a little bit wishy-washy on the gearbox from Hyundai or Kia. I think the gearbox is still a little bit clickety-clickety. Somebody banned that, whoever that person is, Derek, I don't like that kind of comment. Give me your opinion about Mazda car. Mazda can't help themselves to make everything sporty. Everything's about the MX-5. So every time they release a car, here is the new Mazda 3. It's just like the MX-5 except for it's got more seats or something. You know, there's always a little bit more than that. They tend to go sporty. Their gasoline engines, as they call it, as the Americans will love this, the gasoline engines are better than their diesel engines, but the diesel engines are catching up. The diesel engines tend to be not very economical, but very high powered. But there is some nice cars among them. I do like the Mazda 3 for a sportiness. I wouldn't be so gone on the Mazda 6. It's a little bit wishy-washy. Brand new Honda Civic coming out there, Sean McCabe. I'm going to be driving that in a couple of weeks. It is definitely worth a look. Honda makes some really clever cars, but they're so quiet about it. They forget to mention the back seat flips up and the way things happen around the car. Ultra reliable. Ask anybody who goes to a day out on a track, and you'll very, very, very quickly find out that Hondas are the only ones that continue to go round and round and round and round and round and come in afterwards. Everyone else is just blowing up in a cloud of smoke. Do I like classic cars? Yes, I used to write for Irish vintage scene and retro classics. So yeah, I do love classic cars. Really, really enjoy them. But I enjoy them in a different way than modern cars. Modern cars are just like new dishwashers, new computers and things. Older cars come with a different kind of a feel to the whole thing. But I think the new Superb Sport line, it's a model change. So yeah, Skoda makes some really, really, really good cars. They're probably the only car company without a duffer in the middle of them, without a car that lets them down along the way. I haven't driven the Kodiaq in any big long sense yet, so I have to find out what that is, but reports look good so far, so I'm quite happy with that one. Can't pronounce your name, but he says, I love Skoda. I think, is that Russian? I don't know. Do you have a big house? No, I have a 3-bedroom semi-detached house like every other human on earth, basically, unless you're a lunatic. Older cars are great to work on. Yes, I know. Oh yeah, PCP. Yes, PCP. Right. Are we in for a flood of cars next year? No. PCP has been around long enough. Am I gay? No, I have 2 kids, and I live in a house here with my wife. So PCP has been around long enough that cars are washing through, and we've seen people go through the full cycle of PCP, and car companies were cautious enough. Okay, let's start at the beginning. What's PCP? Personal Contract Plan is like hire purchase, kind of, but you pay a little deposit up front, you pay payments all over a period of 3 years. At the end of the 3 years, you pay the balloon payment, which makes the cars yours. Or, will you ban Gizme 1, 2, 3? Just get rid of that. At the end of the thing, you have 3 choices. You can hold on to the car and pay off the balloon payment. You can roll over the payment into the next car, or you can just hand the car back and there's no more payments to make. PCP is a win for both sides. Mostly a win for the car companies, but it's actually a win for people who find it hard to get finance out there. I would always advise people to pay as much cash towards the car you can buy to begin with. You really don't want to be saddled with balloon payments. We could be at some point in for a burst of a balloon when it comes to cars. I don't know if we're going to see a flood of this stuff. There's a lot out there at the moment, but I don't know. If you can make PCP work for you, if you're young and you can't get a loan to the bank and you're in trouble and you can still get a bit of money, just go for that, okay? Will you just ban Gizme 1, 2, 3? Gizme, just go away, you tool bag. You just, what do you call one of those creeps? Hi Bob, haircut. Good haircut. Oh, thanks. I was swimming this morning, so it looks like weird. I missed the rest of the question. It's got a VRS 230. It's a really good car. I really like the 230s. Have you played Pokemon Go? Yeah, I don't play it now, but yeah, of course I played Pokemon. I'm a video game player. I love video games. Can you come in, moderator? Don't give him a last warning. Just ban Gizme 1, 2, 3 moderator. Thanks very much. Thank you very much for being moderator, but just ban it. You like GT86? Yeah, I love it. Love GT86. Don't know what it's like now. I'd say a couple of years in, but I seen one there, a white one, a beautiful white one the other day. Just real widened out and big alloys and things on it. Looked absolutely amazing. I have a picture of it. It's on my phone, which I'm talking right now. I need a Grand Insignia. Grand Insignia? I don't know. That's another model variant. It tends to be another version of the thing. Another version of this, that, and the other. Some more Chinese names. There's so many of us after joining this. My God, I can't. The other day I could keep up with the words that are flying on the screen, but now I can't. What do you think about the Peugeot buying Opel GM? Covered that a minute ago, Mount Ferrari. It's good and bad news for both. Audi A3 TDI. Yeah, that's a good car. I quite like the A3. I think if I was going to look at Q2, I think I'd just look at A3 and leave it at that, because A3 is a really nice, stable car. I know the designer, David Caffrey, I met him. He's a guy from Dublin, the guy that designed the A3 and the Q5. I think he might have had a hand in the Q2 as well, but not too sure. Yeah, but he stopped at I can't read the text that's flying up the screen. Not because it's going fast, but because it's all in Arabic. Could you type it in English so I can read it at least, which is quite entertaining. So 38 minutes. This is the longest I've ever been on one of these things. You need to make me a mod. So go to settings and click something or other. I missed that. Hold on. If I go to settings, my settings, doesn't matter. Let them talk away. So nobody really pays any attention to these people, do they? PM me a username for whoever that moderator is, and I'll make you a proper moderator so you can put your channel in my moderator stuff, which sounds filthy. So listen, while I'm here, the Q2 would be the one to think of as well. Golf R or Focus RS? Ooh, God, that's a tough choice. A Golf R or a Focus RS? Golf R is a lunatic, a pure lunatic, but only at high speed. Only when you're going fast. It does tend to freak you out as you're driving along normally. But the Focus RS is a freak all of the time, and it's really good crack. It's a bit of fun as well, so I wouldn't worry about it. I would pick. That's a hard one. I would pick the Focus RS because it makes nice noises all of the time. Any more questions apart from the ones where you got all the freaky sort of accents things? Rainbow, don't know. You need to ban more than that. Probably able to explain the 171 to 172. Well, I don't know what to explain about 171, 172. They split the year in two, which is kind of cool, because it means that dealers can kind of foretell what's happening. Up until they split the year in two, all of the sales, or nearly all of the sales, would happen in January and February, and that would be it. All deliveries would happen in March, and that would be the end of the year as cars go for the whole year. Then they split the year in two, and some of the sales have passed over to 172. They did this in the UK. They've done it for years in the UK, so it's fine the way they've done it. But I wouldn't worry about it one way or the other. Pick it. Everyone wants to pick it at the beginning of the year and leave it at that. If I knew how to ban people, I'll go back through the text of this in a little while and report all sorts of people. I'm sure I'd be able to bring up all of the list of people that's there. Sorry. Audi RS7 performance. Yeah, RS. So few of them sold, really. See it, I'll take it. I have that next week as well, actually, later on in the week. So I'll give you a full report on that very soon. No problem, John. I'll reply anytime I see. There's so much stuff flying up the screen that it's very hard to keep up, but I'm getting there. In Dubai, a Ford Focus ST is €19,000. Great car. My God. That diesel ST or is that a petrol ST? I mean a proper one. The wheel rust on a Q2. It's very sorry. The sun is glaring in and out from being both. Okay. Search on YouTube how to make someone a moderator. How to make me doing this is going to make really good live video. Me searching how to make someone a moderator on YouTube. Now I'll make you a moderator in a minute as soon as I find out how to do it, right? Okay, so if I go into my video here somewhere that this is happening on right now, watch the live version of it, because it's funny. It's funny to see this live thing happen right here in front of me, all the text and all the words fly up on the screen. Come on, I'm glad you subscribed. It's funny how trolls appear on things. I don't know how they do that. How did they appear so quickly? What did you do? Have you nothing else to do? You fat alone at home somewhere. You just sit on the internet all day long wondering what you're supposed to do next. Petrol ST, no diesel cars selling in Dubai. No diesel cars selling in Dubai. Is there no diesel cars? Why not? Because you make petrol. I suppose you make petrol, which is okay. Second-hand car for $4,000. That's a difficult one. It's very hard to advise on a second-hand car, and I'll tell you why. Because a car depends on how it's been treated by somebody. So if someone's treating the car nicely, a $4,000 car would be really, really nice. If someone's not treating the car nicely, a $4,000 car could get very, very expensive very quickly, because it could end up being $8,000 or $9,000, and that's going to end up being a big problem because then it's been treated terribly. Golf GTI is a really good car. A very good friend of mine, Leah Carroll, has a Golf GTI she bought off the press, which was really nice. Can you speak Japanese? No, can't. No, I cannot. Definitely not. I find it hard to speak English, let alone Japanese. What is your opinion on new A5? Really good. Bob, really enjoyed your car reviews. Manic retired in Spain. Oh, good man, in Spain. You retired in Spain. No, can't see that. I cannot get into my own live video, which is kind of weird. YouTube.com common management. Alright. Hang on, I have to type something else into YouTube. Just about to collect. Anyway. Trying that didn't work. Comment management. Tiguan 1.4 TFSI worth trying. Yes! Tiguan is basically a cheaper version of the Q2 to stand outside the door. So yes, definitely worth a try without a shadow of a doubt. Sorry now, I know I have to go quiet for a second just to see this here in front of me. I'm looking for comment management because I don't do these live videos that often. There's so many of you. There's so many of you on right now that I can't really get at you. I will get at you though in a second. One tick. You know what I never thought of doing is actually making sure it appears on the screen here that I can see the video that you're all watching. You know what I mean? Don't worry about him. He's just a child sitting at home on his own, playing with his plum or something. Relax. See, all I see you need to make me a moderator on my channel. I see that pop up on the screen, but it just says moderator at the top. That's all. It doesn't tell me who you are, which would be a problem. Hello, Daniel. Hello. I do read everything. See, it does come up on the screen. Do I like electric cars? Yes, I do like electric cars. I actually have a car charger here that was put in for me by Renault, I think. And it's really good. It really is. You plug it in, you drive around town as much as you like, and then you come home and you plug it in again, and it's fine. But the problem is range, distance, long distance range. So if I decide I'm going to drive as far as Wexford, then you got a problem, right? Because to get there, I'm going to need to charge in at a end, and where's the charger, and is the charger working, and all that sort of stuff. That's a bit of a problem, because unless you know the charger's there working and free, that you can actually still plug into it, then there's a massive problem as well. Should I get a top spec A3 or a low spec A4 as a company car? I've got 2 kids. Depends what you mean by spec. I mean, if it's better seats or bigger wheels or something, then yeah, that's okay. But if it's like a better stereo or something, who knows? Is diesel dead? No, not yet. Not in Ireland, anyway, for sure. But it could be over the coming weeks and months and stuff. You'll find that it could be on the way out. All right. What's a good car for a doctor? I don't know, something with a boot in the back, a Skoda Octavia 4x4 or something. It depends on how often you visit out. I'm actually going to see my own, I may mute this because I'm going to see my own live video right now this second. So who can I make a moderator? How do I make you 3 dots beside the moderator and add moderator? Okay, that moderator person is now a moderator. Okay, so enjoy yourself there. And gives me 1, 2, 3 should be the very first one who should be killed at dawn. We're all just having a crack, boys. Now there's moderator. Thanks, though, as popping on the screen. There's freeze that there for a second. Right, Gizme, I'm just going to ban you right there. There we are. Right, so we just put that block there. Now there you go. Goodbye, Gizme. Most nice of you. Now, right, there's the fools. There's the moderator's on and everything's working fine. So don't worry, we're back to normal. Right, back to the real questions now that everybody is moderating around the way. Good afternoon, Bob. What a shame, Jennifer Brown, such a spoiled children playing Mum, your daddy's computer. Anyway, are you getting concerned about the war on diesel present? Yeah, well, diesel, whether it comes or goes, it depends on what happens with diesel. Diesel will do what diesel does. It's going to either implode on itself, and it's down to the emissions and things that are coming out of it. It's a bit of a problem with diesel at the moment, is the emissions and getting cleaner, and of course in a confined area like London or in Paris, or these places where it's very confined, the clutter, the clog that diesel's putting out, and that stuff that diesel's putting out, the nitrous oxide and things, and of course didn't help with Volkswagen doing their cheese as well. Reason they try and get around it. It's weird. I can see myself down here, and I can see myself up there. It's a bit of a problem, but I can actually see the questions for a bit longer, so don't worry. So keep on asking those questions. Anyone want a beer? JP, I'll have one. Throw one this direction. Thanks. It's terrible. S90 test anytime soon. Very late, I think. S90. There's so many cars on. This year. Brand new ones. Even that F-Pace as well. I never got around to that one either. I'm on the Car of the Year jury for Ireland. I'm the vice chair of that, so I'm trying to get through all the cars, but it's very hard to get at them all. So I'm trying to pick and choose. So S90 will be later on in the year, sometime in summer, I think. Skoda Kodiaq looks good on paper. Haven't actually driven, haven't spent time with it yet, but it really does look good on paper. Petrol is cleaner than diesel, but not as economical. 1.4 turbo. Yes, you're right. Petrol is diesel. Well, when you say that, petrol has become more affordable and much nicer to have as well, and it's cheaper to service and cheaper to run. I like petrols. I like petrol for those reasons, not necessarily because it makes all the great noises, V8s and things, but that's one or the other. Mercedes E-Class diesel 250 or 350. I tend to pick the bigger engine if you can, or pick the one that's more useful to you. You'll get better fuel economy motorways from the bigger engines. Better spec in a 350 as well. Go for it, man. XC90 and S90 are beautiful, beautiful cars, without a shadow of a doubt, but deathly boring to drive on a daily basis. So don't. Sorry if I'm being very blunt with some of you guys out there who love your cars and go, I'm a Volvo driver and you're all wrong. I get it, right? Don't worry about it. I'm just really shoot from the hip. I don't rehearse. A word I keep getting asked as well about how do I make the videos. I make them completely alone. I'm on my own. All the videos are made just by me. I edit all the videos and put them all together. There is no script. I don't rehearse anything. When I press record on the camera, I just start talking, and that's what happens next. So it happens. It happens that I end up saying things that I shouldn't. But in video, when I record them, I can. It's terrible. I can edit out the worst of the things that I said, the really like blunt things I said. But right here live, nah. You ask me a question here, I got to give you the absolutely straight answer, which is terrible. How is the running going? The running is going absolutely brilliantly. I do another channel with my friend called Paddy Commons, and it's called The Run Gear. It's right here on YouTube as well, but we do a podcast where you can find us on iTunes called The Run Gear. And it's all about running. I'm nearly 45 years old. I started running a couple of years ago, and I decided to make podcasts, videos, and a Facebook page as to how to start running as an older man and what the problem is and why you should and why you shouldn't. So if you want to check it out, it's really good. It's called The Run Gear. So check that out, and you'll find us on Facebook, you'll find us on iTunes, on a podcast, professionally done. We did it on a radio station. It's absolutely gorgeous. Can you ban that Stephanie as well? BITW Stephanie, right? Sorry, Stephanie. I'm sure that's absolutely thrilling, but I'm not interested. Moderator's going to have to work overtime now. Moderator, you might be sorry you made yourself a moderator there. This is always a good crack. I will keep going. Hydrogen or electric cars will be the future. Oh man, if they can make hydrogen cheaper, it's going to be the way to go, because it just replaces our liquid fuel just like you would normally, you know. So our liquid fuel, we go to a petrol station and we fill up with hydrogen, which would be absolutely brilliant, versus electric, which takes a long time. But it has to be made cheaper. The problem is it's not very cheap. That is the real issue at the moment, is that hydrogen is very, very expensive to do. I'm just moderating here as well. Helping the moderator, because the moderator is up to his neck in his stuff at the moment. I've just done a Brighton half and looking forward to London Marathon. I was going to London. I might do the Dublin Marathon this year. I've never done a marathon. I have my mind kind of set up on a marathon now. Fitzpatrick Kildare, good customer care. I brought up in Kildare. I don't know who's in Fitzpatrick Kildare anymore. Customer care is something that is a personal experience. I don't know. I really don't know whether, I can't comment directly on whether personal. Everybody's got a different experience when they go into a shop. It's like me going into a shop in town. I'm very friendly with everybody. Everybody knows me, and then the next guy in goes, that shop is crap. It's very hard to. It's a personal thing. There's ways of complaining about dealerships if you're not getting what you want. If you don't get what you want from the dealership, go to the manufacturer. Don't be afraid. Go to the manufacturer and ask questions. Do I play video games? Yes, I do play video games quite regularly. Whenever I get the time, I don't really get a lot of time these days, but I used to play a lot of video games when I was a young lad. I played everything. Best driving road you've ever driven, Bob, was with Paul Healy. Years ago, we did part of a pass, like a Stelvio pass or something. I can't remember the actual name of it now. We did a pass just outside of Monaco. We drove this pass in a diesel Audi A3. It was the funniest. It wasn't even a performance car. It's like an ordinary Audi A3, and we drove like absolute lunatics up that road, and it was good crack. Opel has to survive as a German manufacturer, but it's struggling, very, very, very much struggling, because they just don't have the budget to put in that someone like BMW or Audi has. It's very hard to survive in that climate. It's very hard to get any traction when you've got thousands of people employed and you're responsible for every single car sale that ever happens. Leave if you like, enjoy the live stream. Thanks, moderator. Moderator's still doing a great job there. Thank you very much. Hi, Bob. GTI Golf 27 versus BMW 320. That's a very different experience. BMW 320's rear-wheel drive, GTI is fun. I'd probably go BMW just because, well, it's just a nicer car generally to drive and live with. But if GTI is your thing, then GTI is your thing. Yeah, definitely. We're going to have to pay rise Moderator, your pay is going from 0 to maybe a chocolate bar. Who is the moderator anyway? Is there a real name for the moderator? That's weird. Still good. Thoughts on the rules for learner drivers in Ireland? That's a really good question there, Carrie. Learner drivers, it's always been a problem here in Ireland. There was a time where you could go to the tax office, get a license to drive, walk out the front door, jump in the car and drive home perfectly legally. That was perfectly legal in Ireland. It's not perfectly legal anymore. You can see how that would be catastrophically stupid. I learned to drive without having a single driving lesson. I got a license and I was able to drive and get tax and insurance and everything. Away you go. But now you have to have a fully licensed driver sitting beside you at all time when you have an L plate. You can only get rid of that when you have an N plate, which is a novice driver, and then the novice driver can't go on motorways. So that was really good. I think that's a sensible thing. I think it's really stupid that we bring in people from other countries here and we don't give them a driving test, irrespective of what country they came from, which I think is a little bit short-sighted because driving tests are different across the world. So we do need to be aware and cognizant of the fact that people are coming into the country right now, coming to live here legitimately, and I'm fine with them on the road, but if they could just take a driving test and make sure that their driving skills is available to everybody here and, go to driving lessons if they need them. Just take a test. Not talking about taking lessons right now. It's just literally book in a test when they land and then, go take their test and then come out and have a license if they can pass it. Simple as that. And I think you should take a driving test every 10 years anyway. Everybody should. 10 grand to spend looking for a future classic. Future classic for 10 grand. Good God. Very few future classics. So what makes a classic car is what survives. Remember that. Remember that forever. As long as you live. It's what lives long enough to be old enough to survive. So you'll find that Toyota Starlets are out there right now, which still aren't quite classics, but they're surviving. So they'll make it to be future classics. So if you can buy a car and sit in your garage for a long period of time, you're going to have a future classic without doubt. If it just gets old enough. God, there's heat in that sun. Vitamin D coming in the whole time. VW Corrado, that's a good suggestion actually. VW Corrado, if you can find one of them, very nice. E39 M5, a lot of problems with the old engine in those E39s. They do take a lot of work. Where are we? How long are we doing this now? Nearly an hour. My God. Is it difficult to become a motoring journalist in Ireland? I can tell you, Footy Ferrari 4, that there are approximately 40, 45 to 50 people in Ireland, 50 odd people in Ireland, who are on the press fleet. That means that they get press cars. Now from them, I could say there's probably 5 people or 4 people, maybe 5 people who actually have a job doing that, who actually get paid to review cars, right? I know all of them. I know every single person who works, well, almost all of them. I don't know everyone now who has all the press cards, but I definitely know all of the guys who work on it. I'd be one of those guys who work in that field as well. And I would say there's probably 2 or 3 in the whole country who do nothing else other than review cars. They all do. They've all got like a day job doing something else. So, are you one who gets paid? Yes, yeah, I do. Well, not to review cars. I'm a digital manager for a radio station called Midlands 103. Where I look after the digital management stuff, but I look after the car end of stuff there as well. So because of the cars, I've done press cars now and press rotation stuff, and done that has supported here in making movies. I make films for people as well, so that has supported here for the last 7 or 8 years or something. So definitely check out if you want to get started. Right, if you want to get started, go review second-hand cars. If you can do second-hand cars, you can make a legitimate reason for people to give you press cars. That's all you really got to do. They will give you press cars if you're good enough to review cars, right? But review them, give an opinion. There's so many out there who just write up, the car is 120 brake horsepower, 1.6 litre turbo diesel, and it's available in your dealership for €23,000. That's like, just write press releases and copy and paste them onto a page. That's easier, isn't it? No, get real, get good, honest opinion. That's, if you want to be Jeremy Clarkson or you want to be Chris Harris, you want to be someone like that, that's what you got to do. Don't get me started, Aaron Bell. Don't get me started on road tax. Road tax is ridiculous. Urgh. It's so unbalanced. So many older cars, even my cars in the old tax system, 1.6 litre petrol, it gets tested in every single NCT for emissions, yet I can't pay the tax at the emissions. If I paid the tax emissions of that, it'd be €155 a year to tax my car. Right now, it's 500 and something euro a year to tax my car. So The imbalance is absolutely stupid. Water tax is gone and dead. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, that's all taken care of. Leave a like if you enjoyed the live stream. Thanks for reminding me to say that. Yes, leave a like. Make sure you click the like button there. Thanks very much if you're enjoying this live stream. We're nearly an hour. Will I make it to the hour? Will he make it? We'll tell you after the break. There won't be another break. Sorry. So the road tax in Ireland is completely abandoned, but it makes so much money for the government. Nobody wants to touch it. Nobody wants to go near any car pre 2008 pays the old road tax, which is based on the engine size, and any car after 2008 pays it based on its emissions. But it's just stupid. Carl Williams asks, Dacia brand, is it good or bad? Dacia has a reputation, I'm telling you, they are so clingy. They're really, really honest, good, cheap cars. Amazing things to understand how reasonably priced they can be made and how reliable they are. But as for luxury, whoa, right? They don't drive very well. They will go forever for sure. But if you're coming from a car that's like a 2008 1.6 petrol and you're looking at something like a Dacia Sandero, don't hesitate for a second. It's just a good honest car. But they're not luxury. They are very budgeted. Hashtag David says, greetings Bob. Greetings, hashtag David. Sorry, I'm missing piles of questions, but it's just so hard to keep up. So many questions. Bob, what are you doing with an old 1.6 petrol? I'm stunned because I constantly drive press cars. I don't have time. Anyway, I love it. It's the other part of that as well. I absolutely love my Seat Leon. It works. You turn the key and the car just goes every time. It's great. What's the best freebie gift you ever received at car launch? I don't really get freebie gifts. Right, go ahead. I don't really get any of the freebie stuff, gift things. I don't really, not that much. I'll tell you what I did get. This. See this thing here? This is a Harman Kardon speaker, Bluetooth speaker thing. I don't remember who gave it to me. I haven't a clue. But I got it somewhere. It was in like a goodie bag thing. And it's the best thing I have ever had. It's brilliant. It's in use here the whole time. We're always Bluetoothing stuff up and getting it out there. Good man, moderator. Moderator's doing a great job. Do you know that? Is this the most viewed live stream that I've ever seen in my entire life? How did that happen? Think of upgrading a 2007 A6 experience with the... I missed that. I missed the end of that question. It'll pop up on the other screen. There's a lag on that. Speed cameras, Bob. Money makers are necessary. Money makers, Ken. Absolute money makers. 100% of the time. The difference in Ireland is we have a catch me if you can attitude. So the guards will go behind you on a motorway ramp and watch you driving by and then catch you from behind instead of preventing you from speeding. They should be preventing you. They should be really visible. There should be signs 300, 400 metres away saying speed camera ahead, and I guarantee they will get the result they're looking for. Everyone will slow down and go by the speed camera perfectly. You should flash your headlights. You should warn other drivers that the speed cameras are there. It does nothing but make money. Absolutely 100%. Thoughts on Citroen dropping hydro pneumatic? Citroen don't sell enough cars to worry about hydro pneumatic. They should concentrate on getting their car sales up and stop making such artistically beautiful cars and start concentrating on making something that actually makes money for them. That's the problem for Citroen at the moment, is they don't make enough money for the cars they are selling out there at the moment. The cars are beautiful, but there's so many little bits and pieces that they need to get done on the cars and make them work perfectly. Sorry, I'm looking at that screen. I'm trying to get. Come on, Citroen is hydrodynamic. Yes, it is. I know. Citroen nearly invented it. And they've got cars that had cornering headlamps. Citroen DS years ago, cornering headlamps, hydropneumatic suspension, air conditioning, electric windows. They had everything, but they lost it along the way. They started making cars that just fall apart, and then the electronics don't work. And I'm not talking about the modern stuff. I'm talking about stuff like 20 years ago. They were nearly in the same boat as Fiat was, and Fiat is now still recovering from their lapse of making cars that were a bit crap. I made the hour. Woo! 63 minutes actually. 63. I'm sure this phone is going to die eventually, but an hour talking about cars and having a battle with moderators and people online. It's been fun so far. Views about the Bentley Mulsanne. If you have the money for a Bentley Mulsanne, then you probably got too much money. Skoda Fabia is very, very good, yeah. Skoda Fabia is really nice. I drove that back all the way from Portugal back to Ireland once upon a time. Really, really nice car. But a Bentley Mulsanne, yeah, go for it. Go for it. If you have enough money for one, great. But Bentleys, crass, aren't they? Better cars out there than that to be driving around Advice for importing a UK VRT and all that. There's a lot of forums out there. Do a little Google search, you'll find a lot of forums out there about importing a car. It's fairly painless experience as far as I'm aware. I've never done it, but it's a fairly painless experience. The clocking thing can all be checked. You can check online. You can do all sorts of checks these days in the cars you're bringing in. I don't know, most dealers in this country tend to bring in clocked cars, or not clocked cars. Most dealers in this country tend to bring in cars from the UK to fill their second-hand value stuff. So you can let a dealer take the fall as well. You know, if you buy a car from dealer and there's something wrong with it, you're covered here under all kinds of warranty stuff. If you buy it in the UK, it may be under a manufacturing warranty, which could be a little bit trickier than that. I'd love to know, moderator, after this is over, will you send me an email, bobflav@thenextgear.com, just send me an email and I'll thank you personally. Yeah, moderator's done a great job. I don't know who the moderator actually is, but doing a brilliant job. Well done. Our family car is 1.42 TDI VRS Combi. Great car, but I have to say a little 1.6 Wolf 4 petrol Focus is a great car as well. Yeah, the old Wolf Focus is a great car. You know the one with the kind of V headlights was really pretty. It's just a really nice car. Now they get treated really hard, so it's really hard to find a good second-hand one. But a 1.4 old type Focus is a really good investment. A nice car. If you can get an RS version of it, it's really good as well. Fizzy water mountain now. This is taking ages. It's like an hour, 65 minutes of my days are brilliant. Thanks, El Gringo. Really good comment there. That's always going to be working. Thank you, moderator. What do you think about the new rules with insurance on cars being 15 years or newer? I know, look, insurance is the greatest rip-off in this world. I have anecdotal evidence to suggest that insurance has gone up in Ireland because they don't have enough of a slush fund behind to guarantee their insurance. So insurance is simple, right? If I'm insured on a car, I have to be insured for any eventuality, really, if I have fully comprehensive insurance. So if I drive into a shopping mall and plough down 100 people and crash into 50 shops, I have to be insured against that. So that's insurance companies take that risk. But at the other end of that risky scale, insurance companies don't have enough of a fund to back up the amount of insurance they put out here, so the prices have gone up. That's my little tidbit for the day. But I have anecdotal evidence to suggest that they all got together and decided to put all their insurance up at once. 6,600 on a 98 Corsa. Yeah, you're better off not driving. Look, we won't be driving forever. It's just at the moment in Ireland the national network of public transport is absolutely crap. Right, without a shadow of a doubt, Bus Éireann should hang their head in shame. Irish Rail should hang their head in shame. The only thing that works in the whole country is the Lewis, and even that doesn't work half the day because it's not enough. But you know what? We're stuck with it. And until we get something better, we're going to have to get good with the cars. And that's the way it is. Sorry, in Finland, people who drive well get up to 80% of the optional insurance. Yeah, we get a discount as well. But you know, it's a messy discount. It doesn't really work. I'll have you have the Q2. Q2 goes back tomorrow. That's where the Q2 is finished then. Is it tomorrow Monday? Yeah, well, if tomorrow's Monday, then I go back tomorrow. Who's what? Who thought it was a dude from Lazy Town? Anyway, this is only catching up here. Sorry, I'm trying. This is the big one. This one here. I'm watching it live as well, like the rest of it, but it's lagging behind. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want here. I'll answer more questions as long as the questions keep coming. I'll try and answer here, but I do have to cook some dinner. Should be nice. I am obviously married. I have 2 kids. I help out on the weekends. We all do bits here in the house. I'm going to cook a stew for this evening. So yes, I do cook. And if you don't cook, as a man, if you don't cook, something wrong with you. You need to learn how to cook. All the best chefs in the world are men, and that's not because it's a men orientated thing. It's because men are good cooks. Simple as that. Dubai is 5% of the car's value of insurance. Yeah, Dubai seems to do whatever they want to do. They seem to just get away with anything. Hang on. I'm going to mod high. Wait till I show you how I mod you. Look at this. There you are. Now you're modded. Goodbye. Yeah, the stew is. I have to put stew on. I haven't cooked a damn thing yet, but I'll get there eventually. So I do cook. Anybody can cook. You can cook. Definitely cook. Do you like mixed NXT. What's NXT? I don't know what an NXT is. I get asked, any chance you test drive the Iona? Iona? What's an Iona? What's an Iona? I don't know what that is. Is it the Ioniq from Hyundai? Yeah, that's on the way. Hyundai seem to be very slow to put it out to people. I don't know why. Hi Russia, crazy doggy. Why do auto wipers suck? That is such a good question, Ken. Honest to God, I sit in a car with auto wipers and go, for God's sake, will you wipe? I can't see anything. And then you can turn it on and it's on full and it's too much. It's that moment when there's just a little bit of rain coming down that the auto wipers just seem to just give up and they don't work properly. It's just ridiculous. If they can't get auto wipers working properly, how are they going to put auto driving cars working properly? Seriously. Have you had a chance to try the new Peugeot Traveller? No, I haven't been in a Peugeot Traveller, not yet. No, I don't know what Peugeot's like for putting on kind of vans and things. I haven't really tried. I don't really ask, really. For most car manufacturers in the country, I'm doing this so long, they tend to give me a list of things and I go, yeah, I'll take this and this and this, and that's it. If they don't give me the list, I really don't know what's on. Sorry. Ken McLaughlin says, Volvo will. When is the Bugatti Chiron and Bugatti? Yeah, right. I don't think Bugatti's going to give me any cars. I'm probably not that big of a YouTuber just right now. But remember, I only do YouTube, so I'm a YouTuber really when it comes to this. So I'm one of the very few YouTube. I think I might be the only independent YouTube channel reviewing cars. Most of them are publications that have a YouTube channel. So how long do you get a car to review? As long as you want, really. Tends to be a week. Tends to up to a week. You can flick around and get more cars. I used to do 2, 3, 4 cars at a time. Why did I put a toll just outside Abbey Leaks? Not everyone drives through. Sure, tolls. Don't get me started on tolls, lads. We're back to that. Oh, don't get me started on these things. Tolls are crap as well. They don't work either. Tolls are rubbish. They just drive people off the service that they're using, the motorway, and onto the by roads around the edges of it. Absolutely codology tolls that don't work. Just leave the tolls alone. Just get rid of them. Get rid of the toll booths. They've never worked. They're stupid. The only one and only YouTuber, Bob. Yeah, I'm just a YouTuber, just like everybody else. I do monetize these videos. I don't make a tiny amount of money out of the YouTube monetization system. I've supported the channel myself through my own work and through my own things, through making films and videos. I do short movies. I do films. I do ads. I do all sorts of stuff to try and keep my YouTube channel going. What I love doing is cars. Making money from reviewing cars is nearly impossible issue with a huge organisation. The sun is actually shining. What is going on? Ireland, it was lashing rain earlier on, the backyards and bits. Still so many of you here. We're at 72 minutes and my God, what are you doing? Are you cooking dinner or something? What is it, 10:04 now? Will you be able to look back on the channel? Yes, it will, Carl, as far as I know. As soon as I click finish, it will come up as a video as if I've done it before. Will you do me the vlog videos again, Bob? I did a video every single day this week with the Q2 and people were saying it was too much. So I might continue the video every day, which could be like a vlog of what I'm doing. But mostly my life is very boring. I'm not like, Casey Neistat, which is quite good. His YouTubes used to be good. He stopped doing it. So my life is not like that. I don't take helicopters everywhere. I go to work 5 days a week, and at the weekends I do something stupid like sit here on YouTube talking to a camera live, which is kind of funny. So I don't know, vlogs, don't know. Maybe you'd be interested in having more videos next week about the Fiat 124, whatever it is. It's 3 a.m. in Sydney. Are you in Sydney, Ken? I thought there was someone in Perth here a minute ago. You guys in Perth and Sydney should talk to one another. You're both in the same country. Yeah, don't flood. Just ask me, type a question, and I can answer whatever you want. It doesn't have to be about cars, but anything you want. I don't care what it is. Now, go for it. Will my onboard TomTom sat-nav work in 10 years' time? No. TomTom tends to bring you generally to the area you might want to go, and then you're on your own after that. TomTom were good for a while, and I don't know what happened to them. They seem to just lose the plot. Very complicated. SatNav right now, if you're using SatNav with anything else other than your phone, you'll find it probably won't bring you where you want to go. That Audi Q2 SatNav is really hard to set where you want to go because in Ireland we don't use postcodes. There is postcodes, I just don't know them. They're not commercially available to me to use. So if I want to go somewhere, I type in Tesco's Portlaoise, right? That's what I type, and if it doesn't have it, if it doesn't know it, it doesn't come up, so it can't bring me there. So, but if I go to Google Maps and I type Tesco Portlaoise, it'll bring me right to the front door. So Google Maps is the way until Google figure out a way of charging us all to use Google Maps, which I don't think they will, because I think they earn enough money as it is. Have you got more? Did you already cover which cars you own? Yes, I did already cover which cars I own. A 2006 Seat Leon. That's what I own at the moment. And that's what I've owned since brand new. That car is brand new. I bought it new. I've owned it for 11 years now, which is amazing. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are very good, although Siri and the mic makes a big difference. I can remember a fella said to me one night by text, he wanted to say, "Are you going running tonight?" And I wanted to say back, and this is the phrase, I remember clearly what I wanted to say was, "I'm too much of a pussy to go running tonight," is what I wanted to say. And I said that out loud. Danielle Fran, I think it's whatever it is her name out loud. I said that out loud to Siri, and I don't know what Siri came up with, which is the most crazy thing in the world that Siri started to say, and it's because the mic, it couldn't hear what I was saying. Do you think people should dim the what? Dim the headlight. Dim the headlight? Do you think people should dim the headlight? What's that? What's a headlight? Dim the headlights. Auto headlights work. They work, which is a really simple thing, way of it as well. But headlights, I don't know. I don't really use headlights much anymore. Everywhere is lit. There's so much lighting on roads. Go to Belgium. Every inch of the bloody road is lit. Unsubscribe to Bob Flavin. Thanks, Danielle. I said your bleeding name. Now you want to unsubscribe? Lunatic. Ed Sheeran. Do you like him? No. He's a little ginger thing. Some of his music's alright. I just keep hearing about Ed Sheeran all the time. He's just everywhere. Keep going with the likes. I like the likes here. This is like an hour. This is taking forever. How much do I get paid an hour? Of a Sunday. And I still have to put stew on. Jeez, I haven't even made dinner yet. Keep going. Best and worst infotainment system. Renault used to have, without doubt, the worst infotainment system in the world. Bar none. It's a little bit better now, but it's okay. Audi make the best. Bar none. Absolutely. All connected perfectly. All works brilliantly. Discovery Sport 2007. Engine problems there. If I remember correctly, some turbos are blowing back then. Make sure that's been done. Other than that, pretty much bulletproof. How do they smell? They all smell nice as when they're new. I don't smell that anymore, by the way. I don't smell new car smell. I haven't smelled it in years. I don't know what it smells like anymore. It's terrible. I never know what it smells like anymore, which is okay. I can live with that. Guys, we have the best moderator in the world. Absolutely brilliant. If you're going to start making stupid comments, you're going to get banned. So don't worry about it. You'll end up being banned. I'm pretty good at moderation as well now to figure out how to do it. So I'll ban you as well. Korean happened to visit here by accident. Nice to meet you. Yeah, thanks. Great to meet you. Danielle, I'm going to block you there now because I keep have a bit of crack, people. Have a bit of crack. It's fine. Ask me questions. I'll say your name. Whatever you need me to do. Whatever the famous things you want me to do. That's fine. I can deal with all of that. But don't just. We're here for the crack. We're here having a bit of crack as well. A bit of Irish thing. It's an Irish thing. So I've invited you around to my house for a bit of crack. You know, ask the questions, say what you want to say. But if you're going to be a troll about it, you're just going to be a ban. You won't get your. I can't pronounce that, Shakura or something. I don't know. Favorite dog breed? I don't have a dog. I don't know. I don't know. I like Alsatians or something. Octavia VRS versus Diesel. Sorry, I missed the. Hold on, I missed the end of that. It'll pop up here on this screen in a minute. The live chat thing. It's coming. Okay, I shall ask my question again. Octavia VRS, diesel or petrol? Petrol, of course. No, I'm not minding the comments. Not all comments. Man, I'm at this for years. 7 odd years. I get very few nasty comments on the YouTube videos, but you know, it's fine. Yes, I do like cats, Matthew put in, but I wouldn't own one. We're not really pet people. We don't have time for pets. Pets require time and love and patience and teaching and all. You have to do all those sort of things. So we don't really have time for pets here in that respect. So, you know, pets aren't a big thing. But I do like dogs and cats. I don't have a problem with them. I'd be probably slightly more of a dog person than cat person. Favourite auto gearbox, DSG, without a doubt, in the Audi Q2s that they're right down. Completely effortless. Absolutely beautiful, smooth gearbox. And it works well in the big, powerful end of the stuff as well. So DSGs would be the way to go on that one. BMW On35i should buy a Leon Cooper. Leon Coopers are really good. That's like a stealth car, Leon Cooper. Quite like that. Sorry, the sun is shining right into my eyeballs now, which is in heaven. I can't really see it. Last trip to Ireland. in 76 days. I missed the end of that. I'm sorry. It'll appear here on a second chat screen in a second. GTI in manual or DSG? DSG. DSG is the Volkswagen DSG at the moment. Absolutely brilliant car. Really nice. But not wrong with the manual. Definitely not wrong with the manual. Probably will last longer as well. Automatic gearboxes tend to be a little bit more troublesome than manual gearboxes. So, what's your favourite car group? I don't really have a favourite car group. I don't really care. I've kind of favourite cars. I don't really think about which car is brilliant or which car isn't. It's just like that car in front of me. Car group, I suppose. The ones that don't have any real bad cars in them, like Mazda or something. You know, I kind of like them. New engine of Disco Sport, good. Is this the 2-litre diesel we're talking about here? That engine? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it'll be all right. Reliability, there is reliability charts at the moment. They're skewed out somehow because it depends on how many recalls people have had. Qashqai no longer the crossover king. No, definitely not. The crossover segment of the market is absolutely flooded with crossovers you can have at the moment. Or say it badge, yeah. Well, you know, if you're a badge snob, if you like Zanussi over whatever the other non-branded thing is, then it's your own thing. Thoughts on a Volkswagen Audi 4-litre V8 diesel. I haven't driven it, so I don't know. How it drives is all that matters. I don't care about numbers. It's nice to hear it's a V8, which is lovely, but I don't really care about numbers and stuff. It's how it feels, how it works, how it operates. And you'll notice that any long-term guys, and if you're long-term around here, if you've been around here since the start, I know some of you have, you'll know that I like a car for how I use it, not how it, you know, numbers and how status symbols and all. That's all brilliant, but it has to be able to be used. So if it's a family car and my family are in it, then, you know, does it work? Android or iPhone? Pure and simple iPhone, because it just work all the time. I had an Android. It's like talking to a child. It's like picking up a child's device and pressing buttons. Half things don't work. Our moderators from the Netherlands, which is absolutely brilliant. Thank you, moderators, doing a spectacular job. Your dream car, BMW 6 Series Grand Coupe. I don't really go in for the hypercar stuff. I'd like an Aston Martin DB11, which would be quite nice as well. I haven't driven it, but it just looks nice. Last trip to Ireland in 16 days, rained for 13. You know what? The sun is out now, though. It makes it all worth it. Do you like WWE? What's that? Some sort of wrestling thing? No, I don't really watch sports, if I'm honest. I don't really watch any sports. I especially don't watch... I quite like the idea of the, you know, lads in the octagon thing where in the ring where they beat the crap out of one another. That's sort of interesting, but stupid at the same time. I don't really like violence, if I'm interested. It's the Q2. That's it. It's the Q2 sitting right outside the back door, just shining in right now. You can see that thing from space. Mondeo or Insignia? Mondeo, without a doubt. Insignia is nice and all. It's complicated. It really is a complicated bloody dash and everything in it. So Mondeo, I quite like. Spend a bit of money in a Mondeo. Now, not top of Vignale, but spend a bit of money in an ordinary Mondeo, and you'll get a very luxury car. 3 or 4 cylinders in a hot hatch upcoming Fiesta. Ooh, that's a good question. 4 cylinders is more power is more progressive, and a 3 cylinder is more like bang in the back of the neck. So there is a nice feeling of surge of power from 4 cylinders that I quite like. So what's the colour of Q2? Look at the other videos. It's like canary yellow. It's like the most yellow thing ever. And I have a little thing about that Q2 as well. That was used in the Dublin Film Festival, and as far as I know, either our president of Ireland was in the back of it, or Martin Scorsese. I'm not too sure. One or the other was in the back of that car. And I met the president, our president, Higgins. He's tiny. He's like tiny, right? He's very, very small. And Martin Scorsese is smaller, so he must be tiny. My God, he must be like really, really small. But still, I love some of his movies. Some of his movies are very good. Taxi Driver, for instance. That's a very good movie. Any other questions? Or is that it? Geneva Motor Show in 4 days. Any expectation event? No. We've seen everything that's going to be at Geneva Motor Show already. If we haven't, I would imagine that there'll be very little to reveal at that motor show. The way the internet is right now, the stuff that's in motor shows are not, you know, they're not really any much of a surprise. The preview days will give it all away anyway. Why is the header in modern cars always complicated? Well, it can be. Yeah, some of the heaters are a bit of a pain in the hole, alright. You mentioned the colour. Do you auto braking should be standard in cars? Auto braking. If you need auto braking, you're not much of a driver. In fairness, I've never needed auto braking, but it's good. Morocco or Turkey? Don't know what the hell that means. Does the 1 Series compare to the Golf? No. Not really. I don't like the 1 Series. I don't know why. I just don't like the 1 Series. Are manual transmissions surviving in Ireland? Yeah. Manual transmissions are very, very good. Autos are also really, really good. Really good. Which is more reliable, Toyota or Honda? Depending on how you, hi Ivan, depending on how you treat them, either one will be as reliable as the other, to be honest with you. Everybody thinks Toyota's like the number one, it's the best, most reliable. They used to have a tagline, the best built cars in the world was the thing here in Ireland. A car is reliable as you treat it. I have an 11-year-old car out there and it's never had anything major go wrong with it. So, they work. If you treat them nicely and you service them and look after them, they'll be fine. If you don't, then they're going to break down. And that's the end of it. Some cars come out of the factory on a Friday, the last car that's built on a Friday at 5 o'clock, and that's it, it has to go. New 1 Series out next year, apparently the front wheel drive. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Front wheel drive will be boring, it'll be the death of the 1 Series, that'll be the end of it. The only good thing the BMW have going for it is the fact that there's rear wheel drive. But they want to go to 4-wheel drive mode, which is great. SsangYong are agricultural model engines. Yes, they are. SsangYongs, God love them, but they're not built for Ireland. All VW Group cars tend to be bulletproof, especially, that's correct, 1.9 TDI and 1.9 SD, which is the standard turbo. Absolutely no turbo involved. It's the most boring thing ever, but it'll do millions of miles before it ever breaks. A few weeks time I'm going to be reviewing the 2002 Skoda Octavia as well, diesel, which I'm sure. I don't even know how much battery is left on the phone anymore. It was 100% when I started, so no, I don't watch football. I don't really watch any sports, to be honest with you. Best city car, Skoda Citigo, or Say It Me, or VW Up, which is all the same car. I also really, really like the Toyota Aygo. That's a really clever little car. For some reason, I don't particularly like the Citroen and Peugeot version of that car. I don't know why. They are exactly the same car, but the Toyota one seems to be fine. I'm sure now some of you are probably getting a shock of your life when I say, like, I like this and that car is crap, but I shoot from the hip. I don't really pay attention. I don't really care whether car companies like it or not. It's irrelevant. I'm not here to make car companies happy. I'm here to make sure that customers are getting the car that they should be getting, and that I'm reviewing cars that's my opinion, and that's just hard luck if you end up in a wrong end of that opinion. Fiat 500, that's a really, really good car. Do I like GTA? Yes, I do. GTA, what's the latest one that I have? GTA 5? I have that there somewhere. Why the hell would anyone buy a SsangYong? That is a good question. Price be one. What's that Jeep one they do? I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head now. The SsangYong, the Jeep. That's not bad. That's all right. Some of them are okay. TDCI or TDI. Common rail, diesel or TDI. TDI is easier to live with, I suppose. TDCI has more potential to go wrong. There's more moving parts. Corando, that's the one. Yeah, SsangYong Corando. That's not a bad yoke. Alpha Julia, do you like it? I like the look of it. I'm sure it's going to have a massive letdown, as all Alfa Romeos do. But you know what? They tend to be a car that I love with the heart and hate with the head. SsangYong are probably one of the manufacturers to watch in the future. You'll see. You will. They will get better. SsangYong will. Everything gets better over time. Look at where Hyundai came from. The Hyundai Pony and all those cars that were around in like 99, 2000, and now they're turning out cars that are amazing things. I would say to have more pedestrian ownership. I'm absolutely in favour of more pedestrian streets. I think there should be less cars in cities, definitely. Tipo Saloon, one of my favourite cars this year, Tipo. Really do like the Fiat Tipo. Brilliant car. Do you like NBA? I don't really watch sports. I don't know why. I think NBA is National Basketball or something, is it, in America? I don't really watch sports. I don't know. Summer versus all-season winter tyres in Ireland. Yeah, we tend to go for these all-season things. We don't really do summer, because summer and winter in Ireland are very similar, right? See it, Darren? Summer and winter in Ireland are very, very similar things. So we only tend to get a little bit of frost or something, rather than getting the proper sort of like hard winter that they do in Poland, or go further north again, like into Sweden or up that direction. And so we don't really need a winter tyre to go on our summer things, okay? The moderators there, moderators are doing a great job. You keep going, they'll be alright. I can moderate as well, don't worry about it. So we don't really need an actual winter tyre, like the little groovy one. So if you need a good mixer tyre, you can get that all season tyre, which works as well. But don't just buy summer tyres and think that that's the end of your problems for winter. Okay, you do need to increase your braking distance in winter. Although years ago I had cars that had absolutely rubbish plastic, cheapest chips tyres, and I never managed to crash. So I'm okay. Yes, winter tires don't usually work as well in. So winter tires work from a temperature point. There is a temperature point that it happens. It's like 2 degrees or 1 degree or something that they actually start to work at. In the rain, when it's 4, 5, 6 degrees, they don't really work. Michelin Cross Climate tires, that's worth a good look actually. I've seen the Michelin Cross Climate things, definitely worth a look. They really have done their work between the two, the mix of how it works and interacts with our kind of temperatures here. DPF filter, yes, let's get started on DPF. I'm sure DPF is going to come up time and time again. DPF is a diesel particulate filter. Don't forget this one. When you're buying a diesel car, I'll be testing a facelift GT86. If Toyota put a GT86 on, I'll test it for sure, without a doubt. So if it's facelift or not, if it's GT86, I'll definitely be driving it. But let's get back to DPF for a second. So diesel particulate filter. It's a little filter that filters out the heavier materials that come out of the diesel system. So when it reaches in, and then what happens is that filter reaches a temperature on motorways. So when it reaches a high temperature, it burns that stuff again, and it comes out a little bit less heavy material at the back of it. If you don't reach that temperature, that diesel particulate filter then fills up with all of that crap. You get a light on the dashboard, you go to the dealership, you spend €1,500 and you get a new filter. Okay, so diesel is a problem in that respect. If you're using a DPF on your car, then you've got a problem there, right? Sell it next year's time. Mazda 60s is now going to be, it's going to be a struggle to sell it in the future. I don't know, that's really hard to predict. We're moving so fast in the car industry about how we're powering cars. It's very hard to see where we're going to be in 5-6 years time. We could have more hydrogens on the road, we could have more hybrids on the road, more of a petrol thing, more of a battery electric cars. We'll have more of a mix of that, and we'll be moving away from diesel in that respect. So yeah, it's hard to predict what's going to happen in 5 or 6 years time, but I think within 10 or 15 years time, I think most of the power will come from electric, or from a network, or from hydrogen, or from other sources. DPF or AdBlue, that means the fuel tank gets smaller as well because of AdBlue. I got into an Astra and used like quarter of a tank just going home because the fuel tank was tiny. Okay, so last round of questions, go for it, because we've been doing this for 90 minutes now. My battery's going to run out for sure. Would you ever take on some work experience? I don't even get paid for this, so no. Casey Neistat, hi, would anyone here be interested in my human flying drone? Hi Casey, yeah, I would be. Bring it over here and I'll fly in it. Hey dude, when will you do this again? Whenever you want. Email me and I'll do another video. Whenever you like. I'll tell you what, hold tough for a second, because this is getting really interesting now. Hold on. Back. I missed that, Casey. What you said there? I'm auctioning if it ever goes through. Technically 16 drones. You're auctioning your big drone? I don't understand. The big drone, the big thing you flew out of the end of. That would be interesting. Guess what I did? I plugged in my phone to a battery thing. Oh, man. Don't worry about that. Would you love to... What? Kardashian? No. Suzuki Ignis. I haven't driven a Suzuki Ignis, but it looks really nice. I really like that. Look at, I'm getting fake people to come to the thing, so why not just let it off? Best audio system for cars. Bang & Olufsen. I think Audi do a really good one, a Bang & Olufsen version, and there's a Harman Kardon version as well, I think, which is actually quite good. Do I like NFL? No, I don't really watch football, Matthew. I think we've been through this. Matthew. Seriously, I don't really watch sports. I know you're looking for a common ground here, but I don't really watch that much sports on TV or otherwise. I don't really watch much TV either, in fairness. I watch a lot of YouTube, but I don't really watch TV. I didn't think Casey actually owned that drone. He didn't. Someone else built it for him. But yeah, I'll leave Casey on. He's fine. He's okay. Let him on. I don't care if it's the real Casey Neistat or not. Bless you, Bob. The patience of a saint. I know, sure. I come from the land of saints and scholars. Sure, why wouldn't I have the patience of a saint? Thoughts on a Hyundai Genesis, contender or try hard? Don't know. Very hard to get that one. Hyundai are a strange company. They focus quite a lot on the US end of things. So Brexit will affect the Irish, definitely, Johnny Be Good, without a doubt. Brexit is going to definitely affect the car industry, but it will definitely affect everything else. I've driven the Genesis fully Ferrari, so yeah, I have a little spin in it. It's an interesting car. I don't know whether it's going to be a long-term thing or not, but it'll be here for a while. How else are we still going? Have I run out of everybody? Have I answered every single question? We still have so many people watching this live stream. This is amazing. If you're a problem on YouTube, ask me, right? Ask the moderator to report. Who is that behind you, Bob? Maybe look. You were so cute. Thanks, Melissa. Why not? I don't read that in Ireland. Why not Camry in Ireland? Is that what that said? Camry. Was that a Camry? Yeah, we don't. Toyota don't do that end of it. They don't go into that end of stuff up here, really. Why would someone come on YouTube and impersonate Casey Neistat? I don't understand. Toyota Camry. Yeah, we don't really do the big cars. Lucky to have Avenzas at this stage. It's on the way out as well. So yeah, Toyota don't really do the big cars in Ireland. We don't need them. It's not that big a country. I can cross the country from like Galway or Spiddle in that side of the country all the way to Dublin in less than 2 hours. When my Vauxhall Cavaliers finally die, never, JP, never. They will always live on in my heart as being a proper car. How come I've not really heard of this AdBlue outside of Ireland? They don't talk about it, but it is there. It's in every diesel outside of Ireland. But we live on CO2 emissions, and UK live on CO2 emissions, so it has to be there. Hello, Melissa from Iraq. I think I've said hello to you before. Kento Yamazuki. I can't understand that. Camless engines interest you? Koenigsegg. That end of the scale? Not really. Hypercars. You want to be a multimillionaire to worry about them. I don't know why people put so much emphasis on Ferraris and Porsches. And they're not really, But no, super lead. Nah, don't worry about it. Unless your car burns it in some other way. Unless you really need it, or it's an old-fashioned car you need lead in it. No, wouldn't worry about it. Super unleaded. When about Casey Neistat? It's great to have these questions being asked, but that was a good question. Now, when did it become automated? We're nearly there. Just have to sort out all the legalities around it, and everybody has to buy into the thing. But we're talking about 10 years. Bob, will you be trying out? I missed a bloody question. Oh yeah, Range Rover Velar soon. When it comes to Ireland, we'll have a look at it. Looks like I hesitantly say this word, but a cheap Range Rover Vogue is what it looks like. It looks gorgeous, but I think it's going to be either like. Range Rover Vogue is the pinnacle of what Range Rover does. So Range Rover Velar is like the step down from that, and then above Discovery, somewhere between Discovery and otherwise. But so it's an adjustment of the levels of what you're trying to do. It looks gorgeous. Now, don't get me wrong, it really does look pretty. But we're looking at prototype stuff. You're looking at stuff up on a stage that is the pinnacle of what Range Rover is going to do with that model. So the one that we're actually going to see, the 2-litre diesel. But we don't do good in English because we are Arab. Good man, Kento. But that's okay. We still love you. It's fine. You can comment away here. What's the most expensive car you've driven? I haven't a clue. I don't really go into the price of the cars. I don't really care. I don't know, some Astons or something that's out there as well. BMW M3, something like that. Why are car companies allowed to make cars that go above any speed limit within the country they sell their cars? They're restricted. Germany, who make an awful lot of the cars we have in Ireland, don't have a speed limit on the Autobahn, so you can go whatever speed you like. So that's it. How old are you? I'm nearly 45. I'll be 45 this month sometime. Range Rover, yeah, 51,000 euro. Yeah, it's a Range Rover Velar. That's a cheap Range Rover though. Is the leaving cert important? Education is important. Education. Educate yourself. That doesn't necessarily mean standard education in schools. That necessarily means be educated. Be smart. Think about your future. The landscape of the future is changing. If the leaving cert or formal education isn't important to have, then get it. But you should learn something new every day. If I don't learn something new every day, it's a day that I failed straight away. Best spuds. Did I see somebody ask me what's the best spuds to buy at the minute? What do you call them? The red ones. Roosters. Buy the Roosters ones. They're good. What else do you have? Could you do a review of your Leon? Suppose I could, yeah. It's an 11-year-old Leon with some things that aren't working on it, but it's fine. Melissa can't speak. I can't speak English. Melissa, you're on the wrong channel because I can only speak English. Now I struggle to do that as well. What's 9 plus 10? 19. Can you do a cookery video of the stew? You know what? I did a Snapchat. I'm on Snapchat as well, by the way. Same username, Bob Flavin, if you look at me on Snapchat. I did a Snapchat one on how to cook scones, and it was the biggest hit in Snapchat. It was like 18,000 people or something watched this bloody thing, how to do scones, how to make scones. I made an actual Snapchat of how to make scones, which is kind of scary. In the US, you can't go above 85 miles per hour anywhere, and your average crap car can do 120 miles per hour. Yeah, but you know, for the days you want to go above 85, I know you're not supposed to, but not supposed to. Actually, what happens different there. But then, you know, I drove in Texas, and I was doing like 85 miles per hour, and a guy went by me like I was standing still. So not all of you Americans drive at the speed limit either, don't forget. I should go have your stew. Have you started cooking a stew yet? I haven't started yet. I have to tidy up a little bit and do the stew then. Best beer in Ireland. I don't really drink beer. Some of the craft beers are quite nice. I don't really speak Irish, no, but I can read Irish. I know what you're talking about, Rob, but I can read, but I don't really speak Irish. No, I wouldn't do it any justice if I said something in Irish, really wouldn't. Beers, let me think about beer. So if I was going out, I would probably drink red wine. I particularly like red wine. It doesn't bloat me the way a beer does. What about waterboarding? That's not really a question, is it? Punishment? That's stupid. No, everybody should be nice to one another. That's the key, okay? We should all respect one another's ideas and our beliefs and our thoughts and our stuff are our own, and we should be able to say whatever we want to say without being waterboarded. What's potato in Irish? I don't know. I don't speak Irish. Fellar basic spec doesn't look good. Let's see without it. Which to choose, Skoda Superb Estate or Skoda Kodiaq? Skoda Superb Estate is absolutely massive. Skoda Kodiaq would be a little bit bigger, but not necessarily inside. The length of it, no, not an engineer. The length of the car inside will not necessarily be any longer than the Skoda Superb. Kodiaq is newer and Superb is older, so you know, between the two. Do an own review. Tato. Well, Leon's not here. My wife's got to work, so Leon's gone off with her. Thanks, wherever that was, 1 second ago. Everybody's coming and going. It's still huge. 100 minutes. This is ridiculous. Is Mazda now a premium brand? Every brand is trying to be a premium brand. Trust me, every single one. Apart from Dacia is not trying to be a premium brand. That's because Renault is. Renault is now the premium brand. What would it take to get a shout out? Paul D. Moo. I just type it up on the screen. I'll shout it out anytime you want. What do you do for a living besides I'm new here? Come on, subscribe first of all and click the like button. What I do for a living is I'm a digital. I say digital manager, but what I do is I look after the internet for a radio station, a very large radio station. I had only planned to spend a half an hour on the stream, but it's gone on so long and there's so many people here that I might as well just stay now. I'm a digital manager. I work for a large radio station called Midlands 103. You can see it at midlands103.com. You can see the radio station there. I look after the website, the Facebook page, the Twitter accounts, the newsroom, a bit of everything. I look after all that sort of stuff. What is your favourite video game? There's a little free video game I downloaded on Steam the other night, and it's a shooting game. It's like the Wild West. It's a free one. It adds on to like Half-Life, the original one. It's really good fun. I love little kind of quirky games. I don't really like. I like shooting. First-person shooting was usually pretty good. Renault Kadjar is actually quite a nice car. If they put in a better gearbox, it'd be much nicer from. What country are you from? Can you not detect from the accent? Ireland. This is an Irish YouTuber thing. We're all from Ireland. Well, actually, me. I have to send it. Takeout. Don't be eating takeouts. It makes you sick. What's the worst car you've driven? Nissan Tida, without a doubt. Shit. Nissan Tida is that's an old. Now it's an old car now, but it's definitely like the worst. It was never meant for Ireland. It was a funny story. I used to have Primera here, Almira and Primera. They got rid of them things, but then people in Ireland still wanted. My favourite YouTuber is Casey Neistat. Not that Casey Neistat that's on the screen, but the real Casey Neistat is actually my favourite. Very positive message. Very positive people. Have you ever driven a Crown Vic? Yeah, I have. In the US, there was a taxi picked me up. He was a Crown Vic, and I had driven a Crown Vic here in Ireland. There's one here in the American car show. I drove one here as well. A huge, big lump of thing, just crazy. Just massive car. I think it was the biggest car you think of, and that's it. Turning radius is garbage, but it certainly is garbage. Do you ever drive a Ford Ka, the first ones? Ford Ka, yeah. Okay, moderator, no hassle. Ford Ka is, they're highly underrated cars, the old Ford Ka. I quite like Ford Kas. The first edition of them were a little bit weird and a bit tinny when you close the doors, like clang, not like a proper big car noise. But they're still a really good car. If you can, I think what would be a good car, future classic wise, to buy, and probably is a classic right now, would be a Peugeot. I think it's a 205 GTI. Really, really good. Really good. What's the most economical diesel car? Power to weight ratio. So the bigger the engine and the bigger the car, the more fuel economy you're going to get. It's all about wind resistance and weight. So there isn't really there's ones that claim to have the best fuel economy, but it depends on how you drive it. Ever driven a Nissan GTR? Yes, I did, right here in Ireland on Mondello track, and I drove it out on the road as well. Yeah, unless you're going 1,000 miles an hour, they're not much fun, to be honest with you. They look good though. But if you're going to be driving fast on a track, GTR is great. But if really, you never really get that fast going here in Ireland, you just end up with penalty points and lose your license. 2008, I think it's a Peugeot 2008. Yeah, that's a pretty good car. It's a nice little yoke. Funny windows on it, very low in the front, and a huge dashboard. Very poor cubby holes and things in it. New car, I haven't driven it, I haven't been in it, so I don't know whether the new car is really good or really bad. I'd assume it's a Ford, it's going to be at least acceptable between the two. An older C6 or an A6, I'd go C6 just for the crack, because it's just something totally different, and you don't see too many of them. The older A6, you're going to see them everywhere. What's your favourite meme? Don't know. Hello from Brazil. Hello Brazil. How's Brazil out there? What time is it in Brazil? New 3008. I haven't driven that either. I wasn't at that hotel launch thing, overnight thing. So I haven't driven the 3008. I'm not even booked into it. So Peugeot Ireland, send me an email there and let me know when I can have a Peugeot 3008. People are asking me. I'm okay, King Car. How are you? See the Mark 1 Golf GTI last week, and the guy asked how much 13 grand sterling he paid for it. Yeah, I know the tax difference in Ireland and the UK is a bit of a problem. Ireland. And your name is Oisin. I'm from Ireland. Duh. Oisin, like you're from Ireland as well. Do any car brands consider backseat shenanigans when designing the backseat legroom? No, they don't really. Well, you know what? We're humans, and designers are humans too. So I'm assuming that they consider what it'd be like to have a date in the backseat of your car as well. What do you do on this channel? I review cars normally. I can't pronounce Moo or something. I review cars normally, brand new cars. Car companies give me cars. I give my opinion on them. I make a video about it and I put it up on YouTube here. For the last 6 days, I have done a video every single day about the Audi Q2, which is outside the door at the moment. It's a very canary yellow thing. There's other videos up there. You'll see them up top of the channel. Check that out. I might end up doing videos nearly every day about the car next week as well, which is a Fiat 124. Does getting a new windscreen affect insurance? It shouldn't be. You should see it in your terms and conditions. You should be able to get a windscreen and not affect any. You should have windscreen cover, particularly if you have a fully comprehensive insurance. I like your Q2 series. So loads of people out. The view hits have gone up massively over the last week. Have you ever drove a Lamborghini? Yes, I have. I was on Cannonball. I drove Lamborghinis there. I drove a Lamborghini over in UK. Not from, may I say, from Lamborghini themselves. Lamborghini have never given me a car. No. Casey, stop that. You're getting banned out of the thing. Okay? Chill. Thanks. Subscribe and leave a comment and whatever else you're supposed to do here. Like and click the like button. It's okay. I know we're all just having a crack though. We're having a crack, so keep it nice and lighthearted. We kept the trolls out. We got the trolls in. The trolls are thrown out with our lovely moderator who has gone off for something to eat for a minute. Which optional is a must-have on any car? None. There are no must-have optionals. There are things you want. And things you desire, and then between the two you will find what you're looking for. If you can afford some options and bits and pieces on your car, get them. LED light there, D says LED lights are lights, but LED lights are quite nice. They're really good. Automatic headlamps are quite good, but as a must, don't know. There's nothing really must involved in the car. The sun is starting to go down now. Look, you've been here for so long. What are my hobbies? Video making. I make videos. I love making videos. I love doing all sorts of stuff. What's your favourite movie? Too many to think about. I love things like Taxi Driver, older movies that are like that. Some other kind of cheesy stuff that I like as well as movies go. Okay, so there's 109 minutes of this. This is ridiculous. Why did I even stay on this long? But you're still asking loads of questions. If I could own one car, what would it be, regardless of price? Or be something really classic like a Jaguar E-Type, I suppose. Something back that vintage, something that will never be replicated again. And something that all car companies try and latch onto historically to look at a car and go, that car is so beautiful. It's like this old one. It's like the new F-Type, It's like the E-Type is the spiritual successor when it has nothing at all to do with the E-Type. I love those kind of old cars that are made in sheds and, they're just something completely different out there. Brokeback Mountain's a really good movie, really good. Yeah, I know the connotations you're going for, but do you ever rev match? Macho? No, I don't. Just drive the whole out of it. Whatever it is. Classic collectible, lots of people ask about classic collectible cars. So what survives is the future classic. So if it's around long enough and it's old enough, it's a classic car. That's just the end of it, right? But if it's a brand new car and holding that on for 15, 20 years, I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't know what's out there right now that could be a useful car to have around in the future. Reviewing on my 1 litre micro, yeah, rev matching, of course, yeah. US, that movie was groundbreaking, while Europe, yeah. See, Brokeback Mountain meant nothing over here. It was fine. Everyone deals with the gay thing over here. It's done. Like, it's okay. It's fine to be gay. What's the problem? Yeah, Rob. Yeah, of course. Drive the whole out of it. That's my job. Part of my job. Have you ever drove a Bugatti, a Veyron? Yeah. A friend of mine. I've had a spin in a Veyron a while ago. Again, another car. Unless it is going a million miles an hour, is really hard to drive. I just drive it into a small. We drove into Italy and the thing into into part of Rome. That was a big mistake. Never got out of it again. Casey, Subaru, question mark, Subaru. Yeah, some Subarus are okay. Subaru Ireland don't seem to bother their arse with cars at all, but Subarus are okay. I like the older ones. The cheesier the better, nearly, with a Subaru. So the older STI versions and those kind of cars, they're a bit of crack. That's not the real Casey, Leo. It's okay to say hello to him. That's not the real Casey. I don't think it is. If it is, Deu's gone. They're finished, but no, I wouldn't bother with them. Boxer diesel has no torque. That's true. It's because the boxer engine, the pistons are sideways in it and they push against each other, so there's no real torque to go with it, but they have great high power stuff and they're nice. Were you ever into modifying cars? I could never afford to modify a car, Rob, so I was into it, but I had no money to spend on actually making my cars modified, so I just drove the cars that they were. Modifying cars is kind of back. The problem is the car designers are now old enough to remember modifying their cars instead of designing cars that are already modified, which is a problem. Dayon with his 800cc. Yeah, it's a crazy car. That's an old car. You're going back a bit now, Dayon with his. At least let's see one or two of the Dayon stuff on the road. Building custom traps in cars. What's that? What's a custom trap? It's illegal in the US. What's a custom trap in a car? Explain it and I'll give you my opinion on it. I don't know what it is, so I can't give you an opinion on it. I still have my phone plugged in. Have you ever done in Ireland? What Max V you've ever done in Ireland? What's that mean? Hidden compartment? No. Don't know about that now. Don't know what a custom trap is. What would you look for if you buy a new motor? The problem is I can never decide. I can never ever decide on what car to actually buy. I do plan on doing gaming videos, but I need a bigger rig. My computer's not fast enough, so if I make enough money from YouTube, I will certainly consider making it. And I know Jack, Septic Guy, I've met him once or twice. He's from Westmeath. It's only up the road. And I met his mother as well. Probably didn't want to say that, but I met his mother. She was in the radio station one day talking to the boys. PewDiePie. Yeah, I've watched some of PewDiePie stuff. I never really took to him. Yeah. I like Jack Septic Guy. Top of the morning to you. Welcome to the thing. I slapped him in the face. No, it's brilliant. It's just good crack. But some of the videos are a bit weird. I don't know how he gets the time to make so much content. It's like 2 videos a day. I don't know how he does It. Yes, I have sitting. Yes, I have. I I did it one time. I had a race against a friend of mine, Dave Humphreys, who also reviews cars here in Ireland. We had a race one day from traffic light to traffic light in 2 small cars, and it was the funniest thing I'd ever done. They were like 3-cylinder things. It was stupid race, but everything turns into a race with real motor journalists. Everything turns into a race. So every time you go down to Mondello or anywhere, it's instantly a competition. Has to be. We're going to kill each other if it doesn't turn out to be a competition. Look after yourself, Casey. See you later, man. King Car, I'm FT. I'm FT. I'm fit. Is that FIT or just FT? What's FT? Do you like that Shmee fella? Who's Shmee? I don't know that. I don't know. Is he a gaming guy? I'm from Ireland. Good man, King Car. Glad to say. Lots of, nearly 5 million people are as well. Living here, like. Feet. Ireland. What's the fastest you've ever done in Ireland? I don't know. Around Mondello, I suppose, would be the fastest I've ever driven. In a Nissan GTR, I don't know what speed I was doing though. I was too. Speed 150, YouTube cars. Don't know if he buys the cars. If he's one of these guys that buys a car and he's really rich and stupid, then they're stupid. If he's a guy who's actually reviewing cars, I'm in for that. That's okay. I can live with that. You ever driven out in Army Beach in Galway, mad spot? Yeah, I have actually, and I've Inch Beach as well. You can drive on to Inch Beach, which is quite nice. Do you drift a shopping trolley? Absolutely. Who cannot push a shopping trolley around the shop without drifting it? You know the trolley bags through the airports? I drift them around corners as well. They're the best crack. It's good practice as well. XC60. Yeah, well, you know. There you go. I do that all the time. Come on, the moderator's back. We've been good so far. Car Wow or Car Buyers YouTube channel. I don't know. Do they really review cars? Because they sell cars, you know. So I always have this problem of a crowd who advertise cars for sale. LOL. LOL. Please say LOL. Sorry, it's like a bet that we're going around. Only if you subscribe. If a place sells cars, like CarZone or something in Ireland, they review cars as well. I don't know. There's a little kind of a fine line as to whether they can truly review a car because they kind of advertise cars for sale as well. I don't sell cars, so I'm not a car salesman. I don't care whether you never buy a car or you just watch all my videos. All I want you to do is watch my videos. I don't care whether you buy them or not. That's not up to me. That's up to car salesmen. So Car Wow and these kind of guys, I'm not too sure whether they're really being honest with you. What's steroids? Steroids? I don't take any steroids. I don't take any drugs, full stop. I'm quite fairly healthy, although I am completely paranoid about getting cancer, but I am healthy. Oh, moderator's back in, put in the big boot. Don't type in caps, for God's sake, and subscribe and like and share while you're here. All those things that other YouTubers say that I never remember to say in the videos. Never think of saying them. It's funny, when YouTube have a gathering here in Ireland, all the little kiddies who go on and do makeup tutorials all turn up at these things, but I never even get asked. And like, I'm at least as big as any one of these things. I like your reviews. Nice. Yeah, they are honest. I'm always honest. I can stand over any reviews here on this channel. I can stand over any reviews I've ever written. Do I smoke? No, not anymore. I gave up about 2 odd years ago. I used to smoke 20 a day, 7 days a week, every single day of my life, and then I just stopped. I just give up cigarettes because they're really bad. I need to get lung cancer and throat cancer and mouth cancer and emphysema and all these other crap things out of it. So just don't smoke and don't vape either. They're just for wimps. Learn to be tough. You plan to do any more vlogs? Enjoy them. Yeah, I can do more vlogs if you want. If you ask me for them, I do them. Okay. Do you ever have a problem? Yeah. Well, you should shift before you hit the limiter. But yeah, you can. 45, nearly 45 this month. I ever bought a lemon? I don't buy that many cars anymore, so no, not really. I bought a car, a Nissan Micra once upon a time when I came back from New Zealand. I lived in New Zealand for a while, and I came back from there. Okay, I'll do more vlogs. And I bought £100 Nissan Micra, and it had a terrible gearbox. It's crap. A lemon. Yes, I have bought lemons for fruit. Yes, I have that. Do I swear? Yes, I do. Not on camera, because this is like a family thing, and I like everybody to be involved, and I don't like. I prefer that you could show this to your friends and your family and your kids and everybody can be involved in my channel. It's fine. I don't swear on the channel as much as is humanly possible. Off camera, I swear like a sailor. Do I speak French? No, I don't. But I can say things like "Comment allez-vous?" or I can say that sort of stuff. Phraseology we teach in Irish schools. We teach German and French in secondary school. What do you prefer, YouTube versus you now? I don't know what you now is. I'm a YouTuber. I'm all in on YouTube at the moment, so I don't really mess around. YouTube needs to support their creators more, though. That would be the thing. Old Lagunas were great cars. What are you talking about? God, they're really good cars. Old Lagunas were crazy comfortable things, but Renault have gotten better. Every car company's gotten better on reliability, but I don't know. King Car, no, I don't speak Irish. My daughter does it. They teach it in schools here quite well, and she's learning it good. I'm not very good with Irish, no. I never really grew up in that kind of idea of how to learn Irish. Why is everybody so fascinated with my age? I'm 45. I'm an old man. I'm really old compared to a lot of you people who are asking questions here, which is kind of funny. I play Minecraft. Don't mind that. I do play Minecraft. Well, sometimes. Hi, Ian Bennett. 2-litre sofa. Exactly, Rob. And all it goes is like driving a 2-litre sofa. You could drive it very quickly, though, which is quite good. Loads of torque from that stupid engine before you have to worry about CO2 emissions and fuel economy and those kind of words that petrol heads don't like to hear. The sun is literally going down into my eyeballs right there. Do you know about Indonesia, the country? I know where it is, but I don't really know much about it, no. Just had some boiled ham and cabbage. Good, keep that Irish thing going. I'm missing some of the questions. They're starting to fly up on the screen again really quickly, so I'm going to try and catch up on them here. Although the battery's running out on my Mac as well. A6 versus A7 versus A8. A7, please. I'll take one of them. A6 is like a sales rep thing, and an A8 is just, it's nice, but it's very boring. You should sit in the back seat or something. I barely speak English, whatever your name is. So 1. Where's your hairline? There. And it goes all the way back, which is pretty good. I've held on to all my hair, most of it anyway. Why do you ever say a car is crap in your videos? Because it's very hard to find, Darren. Saying a car is crap, I would tell you a car is crap if the car was actually crap. But most of the time, they're not. In fairness to them, all cars have some sort of redeeming features. There's very few crap cars out there at the moment. Cat, thanks, Cat. Can you read this, Spooky Doctor? Yep, I can. Then you shout out to me, Christopher Marshall. Shout out to you, Christopher Marshall. Don't type in caps, moderator will ban you. I have a moderator, and I didn't employ him, but he's here. He's really good. Fiat Multipla. Oh man, Fiat Multipla is a great car. Absolutely peach of a car. Just horrible to look at. Do they manufacture cars in Ireland? No, they don't. They used to, and there used to be a block exemption system here whereby if you wanted to sell cars in Ireland, you had to make cars in Ireland, which is why we had, on the Long Mile Road in Dublin, Fiat, Mercedes, we had Ford in Cork, we had all these car companies were all here making cars, and then we just let it all go. What do you think about the exhaust sound from the speakers of the BMW M5? Yeah, you know, it's okay. It's okay, I can live with that. I don't mind a fakey making noise as long as it's a noise that makes me happy. I'm okay with that. What's the best thing about living in Ireland? Don't know. It's because I was born here. I like it. So if you were born here, you like living in Ireland. If you don't, you have 2 kids. They're standing right over there. I have 2 kids. There's no best thing about living there. There's no best thing about living in any country. You know, it's stable. It's nice. I'm free to say whatever I want to say. I'm free to have whatever job I want. And that's it. What's your private car? 2006 Seat Leon is my own car. Standing outside the door. It's not standing outside the door right now. It's off of my wife. But it's our own car. Very few motor journalists in Ireland actually have their own cars. Do you leave the immersion on? No, there's a what do you call it? Des, whatever his name is, the comedian, the immersion. Past 2 hours, have I? Oh my God. What's your favourite car ever? I don't really have a favourite particularly car. I will review that Leon. Okay, I'll review the Leon. Why does Purley's only have roundabouts? You know what? Go up to Newbridge and drive through Newbridge and see what happens when a town only has traffic lights. And you'll find out why there should only be roundabouts in Portlaoise. Fog lights coming on to indicate the direction of turn. Yeah, that's okay. Fog lights just light up the side of the road as you're turning to Tato or King. Either or. I'd say they're maybe the same company at this stage. But I would be a King Chris person, I suppose. Do you vlog? I used to. I did a vlog for a little bit. But it's really hard to keep it up. It's really hard to keep it going. But now there's new ways of doing some vlogs and some interesting ways of doing it. So I might keep this up video every single day and stuff. I might keep that up. Should you retake your test every year? Yes, every 10 years. Every time you renew your license, you should have to take a new test for driving. Max age limit for driving in Ireland shouldn't be there at all. If you can pass the driving test, you should be entitled to drive. Simple as that. Daytime running LEDs or normal halogens. LEDs are better. They're just less wattage of consumption, so that they consume like 3 or 4 watts versus halogen stuff, which converts 50, 60 watts at a time. Yeah, King. Look, whatever's in front of me, I'll eat. Pringles. Who's the best actor to play Batman in a movie? Your opinion, Bale or Affleck? Oh my God! Don't mention Affleck. Oh, was he the one that had nipples on the suit? No, that wasn't Affleck, was it? That was George Clooney. Christian Bale, I'd say. 45 May. I've asked that question 1,000 times. Somebody type in the comments. What do you think about motorbikes? I was at the motorbike show, the Carol Nash motorbike show yesterday. I love looking at motorbikes. I like motorbikes in general, but I don't know if I could be bothered to own one. This camera makes me look nice, but I actually look a bit younger. Someone else said to me I look 35 as well, which is kind of funny. Do I even lift? Yeah, I do exercise. I run a bit. Best food before a run, bananas. Before a run, definitely have a banana. It's good protein, it's clean, it's nice. Only have one a day or it'll give you constipation. If you're going for a long run, another good one is clean peanut butter is a good one to have as well. I don't really watch TV, so I don't know. Yes, Ireland's going to beat Wales. Of course Ireland's going to beat Wales. We're the best rugby team in the world. I do watch rugby once in a while. Don't go mad now, but I do watch a bit of rugby, okay? Oats is also good, yes, of course, oats as well. Clean carbs is always good before a run. When you come back from a run, have a proper meal within 90 minutes, by the way, as best you can. At least a banana or some peanut butter or some stuff. Stay away from the old whey protein stuff, you don't need it. No, Carol, no, I'm telling you, Ireland is the best rugby team in the world. That's the end of the debate. We're brilliant. Wales is not going to win that. I'm sorry. What's clean peanut butter? Hold on, I'll tell you. Here is my peanut butter. This is called, I know it's backwards on the screen, but it's Meridian, Meridan, crunchy peanut butter. And the reason I like it is because the ingredients are peanuts, whole skin on, 100%. End of story. There's nothing in it. Nothing else in it other than peanut butter, okay? You can get that in health food stores, that size about £8. Or you could go to, I think there's smaller jars, I think, in peanut butter. You have to mix the oil. There's oil on top of that, but it's not. Is it not backwards? No, it's okay. It's the right way around. So Meridian is a clean peanut butter if you want peanut butter. Favorite driving song? Anything that goes boom, 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 boom. That's fine. Loud is good. I prefer the noise of the engine most of the time. Yeah, Sid, I'm absolutely bang over that one. Go for the Wallabies. Wallabies. Yeah, I'm sure. Ireland's still going to win the rugby match though. Can you dab? No, that's like having herpes. No, it ain't going to happen. Why would it be backwards on the screen? Because I'm seeing it backwards. I'm sorry. When I hold it up like this, I'm looking at it backwards on my screen, so it's not different. Live stream from the rugby weekend. I won't be at the rugby, so no, I don't really go to. What's your favourite foods? What's foods? Foods? You mean foods? Don't really have a favourite food. Whatever's my stew, which I'm going to be cooking very soon. You ever done a deadlift? No, I haven't. Audi's rearview mirror is nice shape. I know I'm weird. Yeah, you're right. Will you be tuning into Top Gear tonight? Is that on tonight? I thought it was on next Sunday. Okay, it's on tonight. No. Yeah, probably. I'll have a look and see what's going on. Because I know Chris Harris. I don't know the rest of them. But I know Chris. So I'll probably tune in. I like Chris. Chris was good as a YouTuber. I'm not too sure he's good on it. It doesn't convert well to television, I don't think. Is your wife angry because she's hungry? No, she's a really good cook, so she just cooks for herself. Low lie the fields of Athenry. Someone's typing in music there. How do you know Chris Harris? I met Chris on a good few international trips. We were on a lot of trips together. Like M3 and M4 when they were launched. I went over to Portimao racetrack and we drove around there. And so the video you see of the M3 with Chris Harris driving around, the cars in the background is actually me. And I tweeted a picture at that time as well with Chris Harris behind me on the track, and he power slided by me. So we had a good old chat. So I know Chris, yeah. I'm not saying we're friends or anything, and we're not. I definitely haven't kept in touch or anything, but I would have met him a few times on international trips. Car guys tend to be better drivers. Yeah, I suppose. Favourite colour? Blue. That blue. Quite nice. What do you think of Matt LeBlanc? Matt was the strongest thing from the last effort that was the Top Gear, but Matt is a comedian and an actor, and he's kind of Joey, and he's still playing Joey in everything. So I don't know whether he's strong enough to be the lead of the whole thing and whether he can really carry it through. It's very hard. Problem is Top Gear is not Top Gear. Top Gear is James May, Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond doing their thing. Because they're three friends, they hang about, they act balls, and they do stupid stuff. And so it's very hard when you remove all three of them to continue making that program. Can I get a shout out? Please call me Paul. Paul, well done, Paul. There's a shout out for you. BMW 5 Series. Why does everyone say you should buy diesels? Torque. If you're in Ireland, it's because of low CO2, low tax. That's why. Petrols just cost more money to run. If you're lower kilometres per year, 15,000 kilometres a year, you do not need a diesel car. Don't go near diesel. Go for petrol. Go for something really economical, depending on the size. If the car is big, if you're buying an off-road like a Skoda Kodiaq or something, then you're going to need a diesel engine because the car is giant. There's a cat at the back door. I don't own a cat. Diesel, cheap tax. So Sean McCabe is right. What do you think of women who... I missed that. I went to flip up the screen so quick. I'll try and catch it over here. Hold on. What do you think of men or horses? What do you think of one who... I don't understand what that means. Hi. Hi, May Cole. May Cole. Hi. Have you ever had wasabi? Yeah, I like wasabi. Chili, wasabi, any of those kind of things. Beautiful. Bit of wasabi was like green toothpaste, but really hot. On some fish. Really, really nice. Wasabi fish. Is that shelf from IKEA? This one? Yep, it is. This here. You get that in IKEA, yeah. So is that one. There's one either side. It is. It's quite nice. I don't know what you call it in IKEA. I haven't a clue. What else can I do? Oh, somebody asked earlier on, what do I use to film in the car with a clamp thing? So that's there. It's by Delkin. I bought this like 6 or 7 years ago. This one's gone white and won't stick to the window properly anymore, but it still works. It's amazing. But this is a standard connection for cameras. So you'll be able to just screw your camera on top of that thing. And it's adaptable, so you can point in any direction and do anything you want with it. This is made by Delkin, I think. This one. Is it Delkin? Yeah, it is. Delkin. There it is there on the side of it. They used to make all the GoPro suction cup things, but GoPro got cheap and done something else. So that is the clamp for... You can get another one. I have a third leg of this thing as well. What style of movies do you like? I like... If it entertains me, I like a movie. If it tells a good story, story is king. If it tells a good story, I'm not too worried about how it's filmed and how it goes. Once the story is good, that's all that really, really matters for me. DC Marvel film or a Marvel film, any reason why? I don't really like Marvel stuff. It's a franchise. It's just a cash is king thing. There's no real content to it. Darren McDermott's going to bed. It's bedtime in Cape Town. Say bye, Darren. See you, Darren. Enjoy your sleep. Marvel stuff and DC Comics and all that, that's just money. That's a cash cow thing. That took a lot of money out of making real movies to start making that codology where everybody got paid millions for no reason. Jay Leno's Garage. Maybe with Jay Leno there would be nice as well. But I'd love to visit Jay Leno's Garage, yeah. Disneyland. Who wants to go to that crap? I mean, kids will love it, but me? No. B6 A4 2001 2004. B6 A4. Yeah, a bit small in the back seat there. It'd be small that way. Star Wars, please. If not Star Trek. Is that Paul? Paul, yeah. What was your favourite car you reviewed so far and why? A lot of favourites. A lot of favourite cars. Why would I review? I like the VW Up. Would be one of my favourite cars that I've had as a review. Just because it's everything. It does everything you want to do and more, to the same degree. What else would there be? There's lots of cars in there. BMW 6 Series Grand Coupe, still one of my favourite cars. BMW i8, absolutely adore the i8. GTA is the best review in it. Yeah, GTA 6 video gets a lot of attention, alright, it really does. That ended up on Jalopnik, and that video ended up all over the place, which is kind of funny. What is this? It's a live stream. Welcome to the internet. You will probably need a shower cap and a telephone to keep up with the thing. But it's a live stream on YouTube. I review cars. My name is Bob Flavin. I review cars. It is my primary YouTube channel and it's a bit of fun. So it's a Q&A. Ask me anything. Gotta go about 4:10. Ken McLaughlin in Oz. He's going to bed. Good luck, Ken. See you in the morning. Do you do Twitch? No, don't. No, because I don't really play video games online or anything. I do want to do some gaming videos at some point or another, but I need a bigger video card and a newer computer. My computer's quite old at this rate. So far this year, the Toyota CRH has been one of the nice CHR, whatever it is. That name, it's a name that just can't get into my mind for some reason. That has been one of my favourite cars this year. so far. But it's a long way to go yet for the end of the year. So, but it's been a standout. It's been a good surprise car. Been a nice thing to see. CHX, that thing, yeah, that. What he said. I'm so bad at that name. It just won't stick. I don't know why. It just won't stick in my mind. 134 minutes. This is the longest stream I have ever done. I've only done 2 streams ever in YouTube, but 7 years I've done this. This is like the longest one ever. But the questions don't stop. Some cars are too much power, you can't enjoy the revenue. That's correct. That Q2 does scrabble an awful lot from taking off because it like lags and then it goes and it's all the power in one go. Best used diesel under $5,000. The one that's been treated the best, diesel. If it's got a good service history, then you're on a winner straight off to begin with. CHR. See, the name is changing. Look, see? 103 brake horsepower sale lanes, great fun. I think there were 106. The 1.6 litre petrol was 102 brake horsepower, if I remember correctly, actually. Sorry. HSR smaller than Qashqai. It is smaller, yeah, much smaller. I love a Corvette. I love Mustang. Mustang, yeah, bang on. Viper is just ridiculous. It's huge. Chlorine bleach. What? Clorox bleach? It's just banned Clorox. How can't wait to ban someone. This is crazy. You need there's a moderator on the channel, so if you've got a problem anywhere, just hit the moderator up there with the questions. But don't worry about this YouTube channel. I'm very used to the comments and things. It's fine. It's whatever you want to say, they're fine. But American cars, Corvettes, Mustangs, really love America. I love Americana. Who doesn't like Americana? If you don't like it, then there's something wrong with you. And the old Mustang, Steve McQueen stuff, fab cars. But high lazy page thing numbers. God, your usernames are terrible. I'd love to get into making videos. Any tips for decent, affordable camera? Your phone. The best camera you've got is the camera you got with you. I'm telling you, your phone is the best camera you can start out with. Learn how to do it with the phone. Learn how to edit with iMovie. Then graduate on to something like an SLR or a Canon G7X. One of those I think it's on a G9 now. I have a G7X. It's pretty good. Those kind of cameras are very good. Would you go for a GTD or an Octavia VRS? Octavia VRS, please. GTD is nice, but it's diesel, you know. My name is not bad. No, it's not bad. It's just very hard to read out. It's very tiny on the screen. Lazy page, Timothy. Did you see that they're meant to have found a built Mustang down in Mexico? Yeah, well, you know, I don't care where they build it as long as the car is good. Best video editing software that's easy to use. You're going to have to decide how much video editing you're going to do. The Windows operating system comes with a video editor in it. It's crap. The Apple Mac comes with iMovie built in, which is fine, and it works perfectly. You're going to be Final Cut Pro if you've got a Mac, and Adobe Premiere Pro if you've got a Windows. Other than that, anything will do. Whatever you can edit on is always good. What's my favourite car? The car I'm sitting in at the time is usually it. I don't care, Adam, that's fine. Adam Henderson, Ryan, your video is crap. I'm sure it is, then go watch something else. What are your thoughts about a united Ireland? I try not to think about that. Such a thing. That is up to forces that are beyond my reckoning. So I don't really think about a united Ireland one way or the other. I'm sure there's pluses and minuses on both sides, and I'm not sure if it'll ever happen or will happen. So there's a recommendation, KTN Live on Linux, if you want to get a video editor on Linux, which should be fine. Do you think getting a GTI makes sense doing 30,000 kilometers a year over the GTD? Yeah, of course. 30,000 kilometers a year, that's not much. Think about it. That's only 20,000 miles a year. So, yeah, get a petrol one. It'll be fine. As long as you're not sitting out in a motorway, driving from one end of the world to the other along motorway things at 120, 130 kilometers an hour, then don't worry about it. Buy a petrol. If it's around the town, petrol's king. If it's out in a motorway, then big engines, big diesel yokes are great. There you go, JPW, 40,000 kilometers a year in a petrol is fine. How much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I can say that as well, that's fine, yeah. It'll be an ecumenical matter, it's come up a couple of times, so yeah, I can do it. What are your thoughts on motorcycles? I don't ride motorbikes, so I don't know much about motorbikes, but I'm sure for the most part, motorbikes are very, very good. Some of my friends, Tony Toner does motorbikes, Michael Sheridan does motorbikes, really good. Definitely check out their reviews. I'm sure they've reviewed motorbikes somewhere, but I'm sure they'll get around there. Alex Jones is not Casey, but he is famous, seemingly. Who's Alex Jones? I can't see your other username and just see it pop up on the screen for a second. Cars versus bikes. They both got their uses. Bikes are much more dangerous. That would be the big thing for me. I would prefer to be sitting in a lovely waterproof air-conditioned car on a miserable wet day than sitting on a motorbike. But then, there are hardened motorbikers out there who like that as well. The average age of motorbikers in Ireland is somewhere around my age. So that'll tell you where money is. 18, 20 grand. I was at the motorbike show yesterday. It was amazing things. Amazing stuff. You're my favourite YouTuber. No problem at all. You're my favourite person who watches YouTube, whatever that is. What makes you love driving? The freedom, the ability to be able to get in, to sit in the car, turn the key, and go wherever I want to go. Go wherever I like. Right now, I can be 2 hours away at any point of the day. My kids, one of them is 8 and the other one is 7. She's just turning 7. So young kids as well. So obviously I have a mortgage, I have a house, I have the usual bills and life and things that happen around the edge as well. Have you ever imported a car? No, I haven't. I don't buy that many cars. I drive a lot of cars on the press fleet, so I really don't buy a lot of cars. Have you ever had a crash? Yeah, of course. I've been crashed into. My worst crash was in my first car. I got hit front and back at the same time. Boom. So yeah, that was one of the worst crashes I was in. But yeah, I've been in a few crashes. Nothing very serious. I never ended up in hospital from a crash or anything. Liquid fuel, how much longer before cars are all electric or fission? Well, that's a tough one. There's a lot of forces working on the liquid fuel end of things that have a lot of money to continue working on that liquid stuff. So there's a lot of work to be done when it comes to hydrogen powered cars and when other kind of powered cars are out there as well, efficient cars as well, which you put a nuclear bomb inside your car. But there's a lot of stuff has to come together for that to happen, and we need to have a huge amount of motivation to make something move forward. And at the moment, motivation comes from money, and money is never a good motivation. Peter North got hit by a drunk driver, seemingly there, and was still laughing. I don't know, it flicked off the screen for a second. Hang on, I'll let it appear here. How often do you refill your blinker fluid? What's blinker fluid? Do I like Volvo? Yeah, I like Volvos. There's nothing wrong with Volvos, particularly. Other than they're a bit boring, and they're very safe. In fairness to them, they are very safe. Do you prefer Google's emoji or original emoji? I don't know. What's an emoji? Oh, you mean little smiley faces? I don't care. Once a smiley face appears, I don't care. Best caravan pulling car. There's a magazine called Practical Caravan, and as far as I know, they actually do reviews of cars for pulling caravans. But you want torque would be the main driver for pulling caravans, would be torque. So look at the torque figures. If that's nice and big, then go for that. Google or Bing? Google, obviously. Bing couldn't tell its arse from his elbow. So can you speak a little bit Dutch? No. I can't speak any Dutch. No, that's fair enough. I can't speak any Dutch. What happens to a car insurance industry when technology makes it so cars can have impact? If there's no more crashes, then there's no more insurance industry for cars. But they'll find a way of insuring. There'll be a way of getting insurance. I'm a PC gamer all the way, so I know nothing about Xbox or PC. We have a Nintendo DS in the house here as well. That's the limit of console stuff. So it's PC stuff all the way. Our moderator is Dutch, so if you would speak Dutch, it's fine. Our moderator can deal with Dutch stuff. You look just like my family members. Well, probably. Peter North. That's great. Peter North. I don't know that name. That's from porn movies or something. Q7 or X5. Ooh. That's a tough one. I don't know. Very, very, very similar. If Hammond Clarkson may ask me to do a show, would I join them? Not paid. Would you do it? Yeah, of course. For the crack, sure. Yeah. Has to be a bit of crack. Peter North. That's right. Alex Jones. Yes. I know who the Peter North is now. It's very, very long ago now. Can you predict what car someone drives by looking at them? Ooh. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, it depends what they're wearing, but yeah, sometimes. The crack would be mighty. Yes, it would. The crack would be mighty. I don't watch football or NFL or NBA or any of those things. I don't know anything about soccer or any of that stuff. So, I don't know no point in asking me questions about football or soccer or anything. It's just so many people. It's an hour and 43 minutes, is it? No, it's longer. Nearly, it's over 2 hours now. Where have you all been? Have you nothing better to do on a Sunday but watch my live stream? I'm curious to find out if any other motoring journalists are actually here watching this live stream. So if you do, leave a little comment. Sure, what's the problem like? Don't worry about it. We all watch each other's videos. Why are indicators optional extras on most cars? I think they're optional extras on BMW, especially the 2005 one, because no one can figure out how to turn them off again, so they're afraid to turn them on in the first place. Cold coffee now at this stage. Irish roads are a joke. Potholes, and more potholes. Yeah, but I know some good Irish roads. In fairness, I can go for a good drive on without hitting too many potholes. Did you hire the moderator? I don't know. The moderator just appeared out of nowhere. I don't know where that came from. It just happened. YouTube granted it or something, and I turned on moderation for them. They're brilliant. Buick or Lexus? I don't know Buicks. I haven't driven enough Buick, so it has to be Lexus, I'm afraid. There is a moderator on the channel, yeah. Find a dag moderator. Dean. See it, Dean. Dean is from Holland as well, I take it. Is he fake? No, he is actually a moderator. He is property moderator. Bought an A6 Allroad because of your review. Oh, congratulations, you bought the right car. A6 Allroad is one of my favourite cars. So few of them sold in Ireland, maybe one or two in a whole year. Really good cars. Chevy, yeah, Chevy could be good. Lexus or Noble? Noble? I don't think Noble's going to go very far, to be honest with you. Why did Opel launch a new Mokka and then just add an X to the end of the model? Money. The money. Try and sell some more of them. No, I don't really, Alex. No, I'm afraid I don't know much about Hyperloop now. German Mate's 208 gearbox was horrible. Yeah, I know. French gearboxes, they're horrible things. Help me, I can't type. You're doing a good old job there on the screen all the same. Never mind. Did you ever drive any Honda VTEC cars? What do you think of them? I love VTEC. VTEC kicked in, yo. It goes all the way up to a crazy amount of revs. It goes all the way down. The thing is, it will survive it. That's the thing about Hondas. They will continue to survive all the way through. So no matter how long you've got a VTEC, they don't break down. The car might fall apart around you, but it won't break down. Paul, I use both Apple and Windows. I use Apple for video editing and doing my work most of the time. I use Windows for playing games and messing around on. I have heard of an American radio program called Car Talk, and I've seen they have a podcast, and I was subscribed to it for a while. I haven't seen it in a while though. But yeah, it was a pretty good podcast. I have heard of Car Talk, yeah. The potholes might be bad in Ireland, but that beer and liquor. Yeah, we're not all a big drinkers, you might think, although drink is still a big problem in Ireland. Much to the fact that I had just a glass of water and some other stuff. One of the guys passed away. No way, did he? Who did? Somebody passed away out of the Car Talk. Oh, that's a shame. It's always a shame when we lose somebody. Money, no problem. Would you buy the new Land Rover or Range Rover? I'd buy a Range Rover Vogue without even thinking about it. If I had enough money to buy one, I would buy one. But the running costs are very, very high. So it's not just a matter of having the purchase amount for it. You have to have enough to run it as well. What tree fits in your hand? A palm tree. Well done, Brandon. I've returned. I need to get my internet fixed. Dean has returned from Holland, I think. Skoda, Simply Clever. They are Simply Clever. It really does live up to that name. I think I'd really like the two Harvard-educated guys who are knuckle-dragging gearheads. I love those kind of guys. That was Car Talk. You can check out. I think Car Talk have a podcast. Did I not see a podcast from that, or a radio show or something? Yeah, I've seen you speaking Dutch already, Dean. This is crazy. Do you like electric cars? Yes, I do. Nissan Leaf is one of my favourite cars for a long time. Nissan don't give it enough credit. Nissan try, but we don't give enough credit here. Exactly, yeah. Don't put drinks in your coffee. Or judge people for their choice of car. No, I don't really judge people. People make decisions for all kinds of reasons. Some people are just, they look at a review and some motoring journalists in Ireland said, oh, that's a great car, or this is a car you should buy, and they go out and buy it and it's crap, and they're only saying it's a good car because they work for them or whatever, you know. Sorry, I missed that last question there. It'll appear here eventually. I have two screens going on some of the comments. People who buy SsangYong. Yeah, well, you know, SsangYong used to be good. SsangYong used to be very, very good in Ireland once upon a time. Hi, Bob. Do you know if the Giulia Veloce will be coming to Ireland, not to QV? Yes, I would imagine they'll all be available because they're all available in the UK, so they'll all be here as well. What is the fastest car you've ever driven? Bugatti Veyron, I think. I don't know. What's the fastest I've ever been in a car was a Nissan GTR, I think. What time is it? For me, it is 5:27 in the PM. And the sun is just starting to set there behind me. A beautiful blue sky and clouds all over the place. Have you any penalty points? I have 3 penalty points. Yes, I have. I got 3 penalty points coming out of the airport. Must be about 2 years ago now, but I was coming out of the airport. It was late at night. It was like 7:30 in the evening. I was going around, a big roundabout was there, and it was a 60 km/h zone. I was doing 72, I think. I wasn't trying to be to be. Yeah, it was a camera van. Yeah, I wasn't intending on going fast. There was a taxi just in front of me, and the taxi slowed down. I went around and just overtaken. And I was driving a little mini, and I was coming back off a BMW launch as well. And I seen the bloody red light on the back of the van. I went, oh no. So I got 3 penalty points for that, and a fine which I paid, and I still had 3 penalty points. I think, but 3 penalty points is as far as I got. It wasn't even like, I'd love to have a story that said I was doing 100 miles an hour and I got pulled over. And there is a leprechaun, Big Papa. There is a leprechaun museum in Dublin. You should go and see a leprechaun for yourself. There is actually one up there as well. You can see leprechauns. Yes, leprechauns. It's so good. What Ireland is known for all over the world, of course, leprechauns. Not because every internet company in the world is actually here, but you know, yeah, we do have a mod. There is a moderator. It's not me either. There's a moderator. He's in Holland, I believe. How about public transportation in Ireland? It's absolutely shit. It is rubbish. I haven't even started cooking a stew yet, so that's not even going to happen yet. Public transport is crap in Ireland. Outside of Dublin City, public transport is rubbish. Now, so there you go. Everybody should hang their head in shame who are planners of public transport in Ireland, because you don't know where your arse is with your two hands. Numerous UFOs. I've never seen a UFO. I'd love to see one though. I'd love to see a UFO in fairness. What's my favourite car? Range Rover Vogue. I'm starting to get things. How moderating? Don't be arguing with the moderator. Just we're here for the crack. We're just having the crack now. Continue with the crack. Jeffrey, who let you out? The moderator's a little bit. I know, the moderator's done a fabulous job. We had very big trolls earlier on, Alex. They were all over the place, literally guys asking to kill me and everything. So, moderator's done an absolutely brilliant job. So, let's have the crack and continue asking questions. There you are. See, Rob Bruton, the crack was had by all. Did you have a drive? Not yet. Haven't driven a Skoda Kodiaq. Favorite Garda car is the big old Mondeos. You know the Mondeos with the 2.3 litre engines in. They're brilliant jokes. But other than that, no. I have to put the kettle on. I have to make dinner. The kids are freezing. They're outside, not allowed in or anything. No, we're fun of the mod. So it's cool. That's cool. Yeah, get the stew on, Bob. Put on the spuds. I'll have the stew ready in no time. Massive. Yeah, an American crack is different. Yeah, I know American crack, but it's not spelled CRAC over here. It's a different word. Meaning, there's no definable term to say what crack is, but you'll know when you're having the crack and you're in Ireland. I have played Minecraft, yes, not really my kind of game. I'm not into the kind of building game. I don't mind the kind of zombie stuff, the Lost, waking up and finding yourself in a weird place having to build shacks and things like Rust or something, but Minecraft's not really, it's a bit too cartoony for me. It's kind of fun, but it's okay. Most important, get out of Dublin when you're visiting. If you're ever coming to Ireland, first thing that everything does is go and visit Dublin. You could literally see all of the land sites in Dublin in a day, a single day, and you get around to all the good stuff, right? Then you got to get out, because all Dublin does is try and rip tourists off. I seen a receipt put online the other night for a pint of Guinness in a pub in the centre of Dublin. It was $7.50 or something. That's ridiculous. $7.50 for a pint of Guinness. Seriously, it should be $4.50. Down the country, come down the country, get out of Dublin. Go down to somewhere like Galway is a really, really good spot to go to if you ever want to go to. I really enjoyed that. Cork is rocking out. Absolutely Cork. Do I have Espo? No, don't have an Espo. Snow? No, I don't. There's not snowing now, no. We do get snow once in a while, but it's rare, once every couple of years. Why is Dublin so big? Because it's Dublin and Dublin. Yeah, Dublin is just, it's the capital city. All Leinster House is all there. All our politicians work up there every day. So, it's all over. It's just stupid. Get out of Dublin. Go down to Cork, Galway. Donegal is an unexplored area of Ireland. It's absolutely beautiful. It's still alcohol very expensive in Ireland. It's not really. You can buy a bottle of wine in Aldi for €6. Right, that's not expensive for a full bottle of wine. But you go to a pub and it is very, very expensive. Yes, pubs are expensive, and that's why you don't find that many Irish people going out anymore. It's just too expensive to go out. The taxes, the drinking. People get drunk before they go out to the shop or go out to the pub. They sit at home, they drink their bottle of vodka, and then they go to the pub half cut and have 1 pint, and it's over. The night is over. It's stupid. Like, it just seems like a ridiculous thing. I don't even know how the moderator got job in the first place. The moderator started appearing on my screen. I think Google allots people who are able to do moderators, and then I allow moderators to happen. Driving tests include knowledge and maintenance. Yeah, it does. The driving test, you do have to have knowledge of where things are in your engine to some degree, but maintenance, I mean, for real, most of the cars that get outside the door, you open the bonnet, you look in, a big lump of plastic that says, you know, the name of the car brand over the top. That's it. You'd never get it. Have you ever been to Japan? No, but I would love to go to Japan. I would dearly love to go to North Korea, in fairness. I'd love that. I did pass my test the first time, yes, but I had a learner driver's license for years before I even took the test. I think you should get a driving exam every 10 years. Yes, I think every time you have to renew your license, you should have to get a driving test, because, you know, we all can do with updating our skills and making our skills better and learning new things. And if a driving instructor is smart enough and a driving examiner is smart enough, they will have you in a position where you will have to learn some new stuff. And so every 10 years, as things, like I know people out there who never took a driving test and they've never gone round a roundabout till they go out on the road, and they're still taking a roundabout's wrong. They don't know how to indicate nothing. I was in America, I can't remember when it was, last year I think. I've been in America. I've been over there. I was in Texas. I tested a BMW X6M, which is a video there. I was in Washington, where I tested the Skoda Octavia, the only one in America. That's also got a video there as well, one of the more popular videos. I'd love to go back to America and do more videos over there as well, but it costs a bloody fortune. Yeah, you can use an @ symbol. That's what happens as well. Unfortunately, people get very old and bediddery. They feel okay, but the world is sped up around them when they're on the road. Why'd you leave the Indo? My contract was up. That's why. I had a year's contract in the Indo, and the contract ended, and we mutually went, nah, I'm okay, I don't really want to be here anymore, and they don't want me here anymore. And most people are gone as well. Other people like Claire Cullen and all these other guys who were there around the same time as me, they're all finished as well. Very few people stayed on from that point. I know some people went to RTE, other people went to Facts Channel as well, where Claire Cullen's gone. So everybody went everywhere. Lisa, I live in Ireland, in Portlaoise. You know the world is flat and not a globe. Yeah, I'm sure it is. He lives in Ireland. Yes, I do live in Ireland. I don't know how to become a moderator, Alex. Do a Google search. You're on the internet. Go, how do I make myself a moderator on the internet? You've been streaming for 3 hours. I know. I intended to do a half an hour. Now it's been 3 hours. And you've been here for an hour. Yeah, I have been on for 3 hours. This is ridiculous. How much is your first insurance? It cost a bloody fortune to get my first insurance. I remember it was £2,600 at the time. It was like $3,500 now for my first insurance. Some people are here since the very beginning. I don't know what that was. Is it true there's a Millennium Monument in Dublin? Yeah, there is. There is a Millennium Monument. It's a great big stick in the air. Who's your favourite singer? Don't know. Anyone, whoever entertains me. Sleaford Mods. Look up a band right now on YouTube called Sleaford Mods. And it's very aggressive music with lots of swearing and things, but it's really good. I like my hair too, but it's the only... Unfortunately, when my hair grows, it just grows out like that. Just goes... Sleaford, yeah. SLEAFORD. Mods. But nearly there. Just put an A where the E is. My hair grows up, not down. I was in Braveheart years ago. It was the longest I was ever... had long hair. And my hair grew out. Just grew out that way. I don't know anything about the IRA. To be honest with you, Alex. I have no clue. Yes, always hear Sleaford Mods on Radio 6 Music. Yeah, some of the stuff can't be played on air. Look them up. They're on Spotify as well. Just released a new album. It's alright. It's not as good as the early stuff. What was the best first car? What's the best first car? Whatever you can afford. Whatever gets you driving is the best first car. No, I wasn't a character. I was an extra in Braveheart. I was also an extra Saving Private Ryan. They were all filmed in Ireland, and at the time I was in the FCA, which is the Volunteer Army, and I ended up just in the videos, in the movies. Brilliant. Give me a lifelong love of being in movies though. If you really want, like, your first car is whatever you can afford. That's simple, okay? Whatever you can afford. That's all it comes down to. I'm 45 for the 95 time. I'm 45 this month, so I'm old. Ancient. Absolutely ancient. But I've been on the internet my whole life. My first computer was a Spectrum 16K. I think I was about 10 or 11 when I got that. And I bought, we had a Commodore 64, we had Amigas, we've had PCs, I've had everything. So I've been on the internet and I had the computers forever, so I've always been a computer. Shout out to M5 Icky or something was that. I went out the screen too quick. I'll see it in a minute. M5 Chicky. Shout out to my YouTube channel M5 Chicky. M5 Chicky. Go for it. Yeah, I'd probably live to be 150. Do I speak Japanese? No, I do not. I know nothing about Japan. I've never been there. Engines V versus inline. V is when the pistons are like this, and inline is when the pistons are like that, so they go up and down alternatively. V gives more power per size, so you get more horsepower out of it. Do I speak cow? Moo. Yeah, I do. When you go moo, they call it come walking over to me. So yeah, I can't speak cow, right? Stop talking about Japan. Oh my god. Yeah, stop talking about Japan. Oh my god. How long ago are your videos? I don't know. Last year, I think. Look up BMW X6M. If you do a search on my actual YouTube channel, you'll see the X6M video that I made on the circuit of the Americas, which I drove, which was really good. Rotary engine coming back. No one's ever managed to make a rotary engine work properly and give you. You spend a fortune on fuel, or you spend a fortune on rebuilds. Still, even the creator of the rotary engine hasn't made it work properly. It's a very complex engine, and they're not just 1.3s. They're really much bigger engines than that. Mondeo versus Audi A6, whatever you can afford. Audi A6 is really good. Audi do the best interiors, but Ford has caught them up. But you have to kind of go to Vignale and stuff. Do you ever want to review modified cars? Nah, God knows what I would, but I no problem. If someone gives me the car, I'll review it. It's not a big deal. But modified is a strange one to be reviewing because every car is unique in modifications. Suzuki Vitara are going to send out as a Tucson Sportage. I hope not, because Suzuki actually make some nice, honest, plain old cars, and they don't do complicated or fussy. Very conservative cars, very conservative Japanese things. So. Nissan Tida, Dean, is the worst, ugliest car ever. Don't ever bring one near me. I'd have to wear a bag over my head. Regular Passat or Passat CC. Passat CC is a much prettier, far prettier car than Passat, but a lot less practical as well. So there's only 4 seats of Passat CC, and the boot is a funny sort of a V shape, so it does make a kind of a strange combination, but much prettier car. Aston Martin, I'd love an Aston Martin DB11, the new one. Have you drove a Poop Stang? Mustang? I have driven a Mustang. There's 2 videos on my channel of Mustang. What are your thoughts on the C30? Don't know. I don't really have to. I try not to think about it if I can. Golf SV, a bit pointless. Yeah, well, to suit a certain kind of market, so SV is a bit weird. Chavvy. There's Chavvy cars, a very UK thing to say. Chavvy cars. There are Chavvy cars, of course there are. Yeah, there's a car for everybody out there. 3, I know, yeah, okay, we're back to the BMW 3 series, the 3 series, because Irish people sometimes, well I do anyway, I say 3, T-H-R-E-E, as T-R-E-E, so the 3 series, the 33 and a third and all that sort of stuff, I get a lot of that as well, yeah. There's such an amount of people, this number has continued to rise all the time. I'm going to have to quit the live stream eventually though, I can tell you that, because battery's dying on the Mac over here, and it's dying over here as well. I had to plug in this thing, which is a battery charger thing, which if you look here, it actually has a Mazda logo, because Mazda gave me this thing. It's a little battery charger, like 5100 power, it can power the thing forever. Yeah, Audi A6, but a 3 litre, yeah, BMW 3 Series, 33 and a third, all that sort of stuff. It's a very Irish thing to say, isn't it? But yeah, the 3 part, a lot of people ask for that. And is there any other Irish phrases people want me to get out of the way now before I go any further? Because I'm going off now. I'm going to stay another 60 seconds, then I'm leaving. Any other questions? Go for it. Don't stop the stream since Vortex. I have to cook dinner. I have to go and cook a stew. Isuzu Trooper. Oh, no, a Trooper. God, they're so noisy. You can watch the feedback. Jesus. Yeah, that's an Irish thing to say as well. Irish people can swear and it doesn't sound like swearing. Honestly. Don't be swearing. No, keep it between the ditches. It'd be grand. Patreon campaign. I do have a Patreon page. No one ever gave any money to it. You can if you like. I don't really pay attention to it if you want to give money to it. I prefer if you liked and shared and got the message out. I don't necessarily want your money to give me money. I don't think you should give me money. I get free cars and these. I get lots of free stuff. So you don't worry about giving me money. Just share the videos. Just tell everybody that I actually do review cars and I do these live streams now has become part, and I'll do more videos next week. I have to make dinner as well. If I don't make dinner soon, the kids are going to starve to death. Advertising is free money. Yes, true. But look, there's really no money in the ads that happen on YouTube. I'm happy if the message is getting out. I really want that message to go out there. There is a Patreon page belonging to me there, and I do collect money from it, but it's a tiny amount. It's like $10 or something. Hardly anyone puts on. Put money in it if you want to. If you're gonna have dinner, I do make dinner. Yeah, make food. Okay, you should be able to make your own dinners if you're gonna cook, right? So cook for yourselves. You should. I have to have a big shout out to the moderator who's been there every single time for every single comment. It's been brilliant. I don't know who you are, but it's absolutely brilliant. Send me an email afterwards and I'll thank you in person. But I'm delighted to have a big shout out who just came out of nowhere and started moderating all the channel. It was really good. I didn't think you could do that, but it's great. You've done a brilliant job. It's been absolutely brilliant to have you here for the last 3 hours or something. I'm talking on this. This is better than a radio show. There's even a bloody ad break. It's great to have you all in. I'm going to do more videos like this. I'm sure more people want this as well. I do more videos for next week, which is the Fiat 124 and a Seat Alteca. If you want a video every single day, again, next week I'll try and do that if you like. Leave comments there. Leave a comment below if you want that kind of thing. Make sure you comment and share and like. It's really important. I know people ask you all this all the time. But if you just click the like button or leave a comment or hit the share button and let everyone know that this stuff is happening, I can continue doing what I do, because the reason I do what I do is because the car companies give me cars because you guys watch it. I'm the biggest YouTuber in Ireland for cars, bar none. Something like 13 million people have watched the videos and things. So it's really, really good that you do that, but please continue to share the stuff. I don't do Facebooks or any of that sort of stuff. So, and no car companies don't pay me. There's no money involved whatsoever. They give me the cars and I drive the cars and that's it. So I'd love you to share the stuff and get it out there. And that's why I'm still here doing what I do. And I'd love to be on TV as well. It'd be great, but the TV companies don't like YouTubers. We don't do well on TV because we tend to say things that aren't advertiser friendly. Like me. Yeah, I'll be the Pope if you like. I'll be the leader, the president. I'll probably do a better job than Trump at the moment. So yeah, it'll be pretty good. I'm going to put on some beef now and put in a bit of stock in that as well. Fry it off with some vegetables and put it in the oven for maybe an hour and a half, and that'll be it. Done. Stew is easy to make. Yeah, Bob for president. Thank you very much for watching this live stream. You've been brilliant. For those who have stuck with me from the very beginning, absolutely fantastic work. Well done from all over the world. From right here in Ireland, the middle of Ireland, thank you very much. It's been very good and really entertaining to have you here. I will see you on the far side.